Come on. Okay. Let's see how many people are here. Uh, okay. Come on. How many people have we got here now? Come on. Okay. Let me see. What's the... What? Okay. And I guess come on. Let me see who is here not. Let's viewer. How do I... Can I check who is here, who is not here? Okay. So who is here? Come on. Are you here? Are you Gigra? Come on. Let me see. Wait, what's the complicated thing? I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one. Okay. There we go. So we have like the big thing today. Boom. How are we feeling today? This is like the first time I'm trying YouTube, and we're gonna see how it works out for me. If it's like a big audience engager, you know? People will engage. See how many people will come. Let's see how many people are here. Hold up. Hello. How are you? Like this is like a big tryout, okay? We're gonna talk a big game. We're gonna cover a lot of things. Yeah, he has big boobs now. Do you see big boobs? Oh yeah, I need to move the chat. There we go. Yeah, it's like I'm a booby streamer now, okay? Like big boob. But no boob physics. We have to check. We will use this stream time to check the most important things on, like, we will check the most, we'll do a research stream. We will check how to add boob physics in Viroid Studio. Come on. Oh. This will be our first segment of the day, okay? We're doing a research. We're doing a research on how to add the physics to the breasts. How do I add jiggle physics to Viroid model in Unity? This is our entry to streaming on YouTube. Are you prepared for this? Let's go.
こっちね。ボンって、ボンって、ボンだって余計なこと言わなくていい
Come on! Yeah!
Hi, it's your friendly neighborhood VTuber Sophie here again with a new tutorial.
Hello!
Did you ever want to add some boing boing to
Yeah.
your milkies?
Yeah!
Maybe you didn't.
I
Maybe you
did.
did. Maybe you just don't want to admit that you did.
I will
No
admit
worries.
it.
I'm here to tell you how you can do it anyway.
Do it!
So,
Come
to
on!
get started, you're first going to need Unity, UniVRM package, as well as your VRM model. If you don't
Unity!
know how to prepare your Unity for VRM file import, check my previous tutorial to see how it's done.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go through it today.
Okay.
So, shall we get started?
Let's get started.
So, as always, the first step is to import your VRM model into the project. And after that, select your model inside the VRM folder
Come
and
on!
then click the Open Pre-ROM button.
Whoopee!
And now you can see your model as usual. Now what we want to do is to find the node called secondary from the tree. And you
Where?
usually find it at the very bottom. So
Bottom.
just click that and select it. Now as you can see,
I
all
see.
our spring bones are in this specific node.
Yeah.
And this is now where we can adjust all the...
Why is this also complicated to add a little bit of boing boing? Like, this is such a hassle, okay? This is such a pain in the butt. Just to add some boing boing.
different gravities and stiffness values of
Boomy
different
gravity?
bones. And the first one here seems to be the bust. So this is what we want to adjust. So as you can see, the stiffness is set to
Stiffness in the book?
0.75. Now this means they are pretty stiff and there is not really a lot of jiggle physics going on.
True.
So what we can do is lower the stiffness value.
Ooh.
I usually set it somewhere around 0.4,
Okay.
which is kinda okay. It's not too much, which makes it kinda work quite nicely.
Work.
If you make it too small, then it's gonna look really cursed, to be honest. So don't go too low.
I will
but
go too
feel
low.
free to play around
Like a
with the value.
balloon filled with water.
So once you're done setting
Show
up,
me your
you simply
boing.
just export the model like usual, and
Show
then
me.
you should be done.
Show me your boing.
And as you can see, there is some jiggle physics going on.
The boobs are far too small for boobs physics.
If
Come
this
on.
tutorial was useful for you, consider subscribing
It was
down
useful for
below,
me.
as well as following me on all those social medias. Okay guys, see you next time. Bye bye!
Okay. We liked it and we subscribe because we like boing boing. Do we not like boing boing? Tell me. Tell me! Okay. It's nice that we have made a really big intro into the how do you say, the world of streaming on YouTube. Now, as a treat just for you, we will play my sources. I made it up. My source is that I made it the Quack app. Come on! Update title. Do you know what this means? Do you know what this means? That my source is I made it the Quack app? That's right! It means that we are playing Metal Gear Rising together. Boom! Exciting? Wait. Properties. My sources I made it the Quack app. How do I? Okay, let's go. I have never played this game beyond the demo, so we will play English because my sources that I made it up. Graphic. Oh, Raiden. Let's play. Come on. Are you ready? New game. Story. New game. We will talk about memes. Normal, because I am like a normie. Play tutorial? Yeah, of course. Come on. Tutorial. Jack. My source is that my source.
Well, let's begin with a quick warm-up, shall we?
Yeah.
Set the Soliton radar on the upper right and head to the point marked on the display.
Soliton
You
radar.
can jump over obstacles, but the ninja run will get you across them more quickly and easily.
How do you do this? I am ready. How do I do this? Raiden. Ooh, ninja. Come on. Oh, do you see this? I am ninja. Come on. And I can jump. Oh, my source is that I made it up.
You can also attack while in motion with the ninja run, you know.
I can attack.
Swinging your blade while
Really?
dashing, for example, or striking your foes with a sliding attack.
Come on. My source is that I made it up. Ninja kill! You see this? I killed the ball! Oh. I slide and kill. This is the most epic of them. Why can't I kill? I'm not gonna do that. Stationary target. Okay, let's go. Ninja run, come on! Oh, I win! It's Raiden! Look, he has a face! He's a face! Raiden has a face! Kill you! Who are you? I
Now
destroy
then, let's
you.
run a basic battle diagnostic. try and neutralize all the enemies that appear.
I kill you.
String light and strobes together to perform combination attacks.
Did I kill you? I kill you! Oh my god! Ooh. What is this? What is this? What's going on?
Combat is not all offense, however. You
Really?
also need to protect yourself.
How?
First, follow the direction of the enemy's attack.
Where?
Parry those attacks by executing light attacks of your own in the same direction.
Really? Okay.
This
let's
is
go.
how you parry. It is the keystone of your defense.
It is? I hear! Did I parry? Did I parry? I kill you, you bastard! Come on! I kill you! I win!
Draw foes in as close as possible and parry their blows to leave them exposed to counterattack.
My soul says
From your
I...
perspective, it will appear as if the enemy is frozen in time, or at least moving very slowly.
Really?
This is the perfect opportunity for you to carefully aim your strike, then slice your foe apart.
Really?
Keep in mind, even you will not be able to parry every type of attack. Watch your foe's movements carefully.
I will. No. Did I parry? Did I parry? Did I parry? I win! True. Just kill you. I win. I have a weird eye. A weird glasses. What is this? Is this Metal Gear? Is this what city is this? Is this Brooklyn? Am I in Brooklyn?
3 years. We've come so far in just 3 short years.
Is it Brooklyn?
The sign of a strong leader, sir.
No,
Are these...
the will of a strong
Is
people.
this the president of Brooklyn? Is this how Brooklyn looks like?
And one very able advisor.
Thank you, sir.
Detroit, okay.
Your team deserves credit as well,
I thought this was
Mr.
Brooklyn.
Lightning Bolt.
Just doing our job, Mr. Prime Minister.
I must admit, I once thought of groups like yours as opportunists, enablers of war. But you've trained our
this is
new
New
army
York.
well. Order has returned sooner than expected. Perhaps I was wrong about these private military companies.
We prefer private security providers, sir. Most of Maverick's contracts do focus on security.
Yes, well, security can mean many things.
There's a saying I like. One sword keeps another in the sheath. Sometimes the threat of violence alone is a deterrent. Sometimes by taking a life, others can be preserved. It's the code the samurai lived by.
I have a saying as well.
A soldier and a philosopher.
Why
You are
will I
full of
don't know?
surprises, Mr.
The
Lightning
US
Bolt.
is a
I could say the
dusty
same
place,
about
no?
you, Mr. Prime Minister.
Of the US.
What is happening?
Someone's blocking the lead vehicle. Hold on.
Who is
Clear the
this?
road! This is official state business!
Who is this? Samurai. Is this me?
I said clear the road! We're
this
authorized to
is
use
not-
force if you do!
I kill you! Oh! You evil bastard! How dare you attack the Prime Minister of New York?
Leopard 1, U-turn. Turning back.
What's happening? Who are you? Oh my god, the troll face!
Who was that?
A cyborg.
One of our competitors?
Courtney, what is happening?
We got hit, sir. A cyborg.
A troll!
Good.
Exit comes up unaffiliated.
I'll notify all checkpoints. Get all money out of there.
Yes, sir.
Transformers!
We
Limousine!
are going to die.
Stay calm.
New York! Don't die, President!
He's got friends on our 12.
Raiden,
I'm on it. Guard the Prime Minister.
Oh, it's Raiden! Metal Gear Raiden! I'm here! I kill you! Even Solid Snake could not do this.
Let's get this over with.
Even Solid Snake could not do this.
take out those hostiles.
Kill you!
Right, you'll need to choose between light and heavy strikes to match the situation. Take self-repair units from your foes to replenish your own supply. Raiden, the limo is in trouble. Get back there, ASAP. I'll add the limo to your solid down radar.
Who is the Soliton? Radar? I destroyed it. Oh my gosh, did you see this? Come on! Where are you, Soliton Radar? Ninja run! Hello, hello, Brina! Look, we are doing YouTube. Come on!
Raiden, it's on the other side of that barricade.
I kill you! Look at this! My soldiers and I made it! Quack up! My son! Please! I kill you! My target! You see this? My sword! Metal! No, 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 no! Metal will cover Destiny! Steven! No, what the hell? Leave me alone, you pervert! I did not consent. Kill you! Can I kill you? I want to kill you in a back way. Wait, what is this happening? What the heck? I don't wanna die! You bastards. I'm gonna kill you. I'm actually you good. You see? Have you seen this? Look again. Whoop. I don't think you're supposed to see around.
What are you doing, Ryder? Get to that limo.
Where is that? Yeah, I'm like that. Oh, dude! I think I'm stuck.
If you can't cut through the barricade, try the fence, eh?
Jeez! I cut them. Can I cut it? I can! Do you see? I kill you! Amazing! Am I the best? President! I have it on high authority that this game is taken very seriously. I have been told that this game is either based in Brooklyn or in New York. A New York game. It's like being in New York. New York is being destroyed. Where is Spider-Man? Spider-Man, help us. Oh no, New York has been killed. Who killed the New Yorker? My son said that I made it up! Ooh, troll face! More troll face! My son! Uh-oh. Scissor Man! Here by scissors! No, President! No, please! I was supposed to protect the President! What the heck? I failed my mission 1. Okay, you're not dead. Okay, just kidnap. Leave the President alone! Okay, wait. I have to fix
So
this.
you're Jack.
What do you
Jack!
want with the Prime Minister?
What do you want?
Dead. Nothing
Then
personal,
no,
of
I have to
course.
fix.
Africa's just getting a bit too peaceful.
What?
Africa? This is New York!
Business ain't been the same since they shut
What do
down
you
SOP.
mean, Africa? This
A
is New
clean
York!
break from the war
Right?
economy. Huh.
The
Well,
enemy...
some of us like that economy. How's an honest warmonger supposed to make a living?
The opponent
This is your
doesn't-
answer?
Yeah. Oh my god! Troll face!
Don't do it!
Don't worry now. I won't.
Oh wow.
Not while he's still useful.
Useful!
So long.
I can't believe right now! What do you say? Oh yeah. Look at that! I have to adjust the audio. But I cannot believe that! Let's pause, okay? I'm gonna pause the game.
They have a metal gear? Cheer?
How do you pause the Can you pause the game? Okay, you can. You can pause the game, okay? Okay, let's adjust the voice. The Nord told me the villain of this game is not very smart. The villain does not even know The villain in this game does not even know that we're in New York, not in Africa. Like, if you can tell the US and Africa apart, then you are in trouble, okay? Like, I know where something is like, I know what Africa and what the US are, you know? But apparently the villain does not. Okay, we have fixed the voice. Is it better now? Is it better? Wait, something's wrong. Why is it so loud? I'll have to adjust it all later, you know? There's just this way to adjust the part. Okay, maybe I'll just have to... There we go. I think it's better now. Okay, let's go. Is it better? 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 Like, my options are not adjusted in this stream. Okay. Ninja run! Come on! Get you! I hear! Okay! I kill you! Destroy! Destroy the Metal Girl! Metal Girl Solid! Destroy! Raiden Jet! What? What the heck? I destroy you! Oh! Metal Girl! Thank you, Brina! Come on! Now I destroy everyone! Okay, let's kill you! How have I not played this wonderful game before? When I can kill and destroy the things that I do best. No! Metal Girl, where are you? Oh no. I destroy you! If only Snake could do this in Metal Gear 1. Kill you! Yeah! Come on! Okay. I have decided that you must die, Metal Gear. For the crime of not being a real big. Raiden will kill you! Okay, hold the phone! Hold! Kill you! Destroy! I destroy you. Okay, one last leg. Can the Metal Girl just nuke me or something? Doesn't the Metal Girl have nuclear weapons? Isn't that the main point of a Metal Girl, that is having nuclear weapons? I destroy you, Metal Girl! Come on! I can't see anything! Oh! I am hurt. How do you heal in this game? Where have I done? What have I done? Stay! This game is too difficult for me, Mama. I'm too bad, I'm a bad. Come on!
They swapped out the hydraulic cover.
Single!
Where's the cannon?
What cannon? Water cannon? Boom, 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 boom. I kill you. It is done. Now last lane.
Now, Raiden, bring it down.
Yeah, I will. Don't rush me, you bastard, you ugly. Something, something. How dare you? No. Am I almost dead? No!
Stop that blade.
Don't rush me. What happened? Did I die? Everybody! No! Did I die? Come on! Oh! Destroy! Epic game! What now? What now?
Yes, yes, swinging wide open.
Oh! My source! As I made it out.
Хорошо, very good. But do not rest easy just yet, huh?
I'm almost dead. Combat rank C. This game is mocking me. This game is mocking my performance, even though I did my best. Can you believe
He's on
this?
the other side of that collapsed building. Go!
Where? Where am I supposed to go? Enemy? I'll forever rest your silence. Okay, where?
Careful, Raiden. Keep that up and the whole building could collapse. Look for another way.
Oh my gosh. This is now turning into the classic Metal Gear experience when I have to wander around and like, you know, do a lot of... What am I supposed to even do? Oh, this! Okay. I thought that I have to like, do a lot of sneaking around and stuff. Okay. Where is Solid Snake? Solid Snake is dead? President of the United States! I help you, Mr. President!
Use your ninja ram to move over obstacles automatically.
Okay. Mr. President! The United States depend on you. Wait. What do I do? Are you stuck? What happened? Is this a bug? Are you supposed to be running away from me? Wait, is this a bug? Did I destroy the game? What happened? What is supposed to happen now? I caught up to you. What now? What? What the heck? What the heck? Did I destroy the game? Oh no! Okay, I got you. What now? Oh my god! I destroyed the game! Oh my god! Ah! I don't know what to do. The enemy was not able to escape. Oh my god! Oh no. I see how it is. Oh my god. Maybe if I run further. Maybe I'll just run away
Do not
further.
let him out of your sight. You must catch him.
I caught you! Okay, let's see. Oh my gosh! Okay, maybe if I just run and pretend that he's in front of me. I'm just gonna pretend, okay? Oh my god. What the heck? Let's just pretend, okay? Let's just pretend that there is a person running in front of me. And that I did not leave him far, far behind. There we go! There we go! Ah,
That damn UG. It still works?
yes. This is the best game ever. Get you! Destroy!
Raiden, respond! Raiden!
I died!
Raiden!
Snake! Come on! But I died. Those graphics are not very good.
That damn UG. It still works?
What what is happening? What is that? Am I killing the enemy? Am I killing you? Am I doing a good job killing you? What is the music?
Use blade mode to take down those heavy missiles.
What happened to the music? Is it just me, or does this game have some problems? Oh no. Now the game became super serious. Kill you! Boom, boom, boom! I will provide the music. I will sing! La 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 la! Ta da ta ta! Boom, boom! Ta da ta ta ta! Ta 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 da ta! Ta da ta 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 da ta da ta ta ta! Ta da ta 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 ta! Ta da ta 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 ta! Ba 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 ba! Ba 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 ba! Ta 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 ta! Ta 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 ta! Ta 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 ta! Da 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 Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Da-da-da-da! Oh, da-da-da-da! Get you! Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da! Get you? Ta 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 ta. I know. I'm like a pro. Did I die? Wait, I died? Wait, really? Okay, maybe now the music will restart as well. Give me the music back! Give me my music back.
Finish that
Okay,
bastard off.
nice. We got the music back. Epic soundtrack back. Epic. Maybe the singer got tired. Kiryu! Yeah! Yee, destroyed! Okay. What? What do I do now? What do I do now? Oh, Raiden, you with me. Let's go! Wow. Wait! No! Don't die, Raiden! Weakling! What the heck? I died! Epic death!
Raiden!
Oh, leave it to me to destroy any sense of epicness. Oh my gosh. Leave it to me to destroy the epicness. What?
Raiden, respond.
What do you do?
Raiden! Raiden!
Oh my gosh, what am I supposed to do here? Am I supposed to cut those? Or what? Chad, give me instructions! Or something. What the hell?
What happened? What is going on? Raiden, answer me!
This is a mean fest.
Damn it!
Damn it! Damn it! Damn it, it's not my fault that I'm bad. I'm dead again!
Raiden, respond.
Why am I so bad? Why am I so bad?
Raiden!
Lenore, give me instructions! Maybe I should go right instead of left. Maybe that will... Oh my god. Yeah, go right. It worked! It worked! Come on! Oh. I kill you! Die, you bastard, you ugly son of a quack! Come on! Kill you! I kill you more than ever! Ta 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 ta! Do you see what happens when you mess with me? It only takes me 15 times and then I win. This game is definitely mocking me. And I do my best. I might not be the best in the world, but I do my best. Become a Patreon. Who are you? Is this how US soldiers look like? Is this like the US military? What? Troll face! I love the troll face.
The hell?
Everybody's such a troll in this game. I heal! Oh. This is the best game ever. Why have I been avoiding this game for so long?
He's headed for the front of the train. After him.
Let's go.
Raiden, an unidentified field roader is headed your way. Keep an eye out for it.
Who? Why am I keep an eye on everything? You keep an eye on something. Do something. What the hell? Can you believe this BS? I'm supposed to be like, I don't know. That's not fair. President of the US.
Too little too late, hero.
I'm a hero.
I won't be needing my little shield here any longer.
How dare you kill the president of the US? Oh my god.
What about all the good things war has done for us? Why don't we ever hear speeches about that? Jobs, technology, a common purpose?
The U-
Forget me. Stop him.
The US is such a warmongering country.
You ain't listening. Mind if I got in?
I do actually mind a lot.
All we're saying, give war a chance! No!
President of the US was killed! What happens now? Now the vice president must take over, right? Who's the vice president? True.
Out of my way!
He's all yours, Sam!
Uncle Sam? Like, the one of the...
Let's go.
I'm not fighting Uncle Sam? I'm not fighting Uncle Sam. This game is confusing story. I kill you, Uncle Sam! Die! Come on! Can I kill you? You're so bigger than me. You're bigger than me. Why are you so big? You pervert. What the hell?
This will be impressive!
Can I kill you?
Self-taught, and not half bad. Still,
Self-taught? What do you mean? I had huge training. Metal Gear Solid 2 explains it all. The Raiden is not self-taught at all. Like what? Since when is Raiden self-taught?
lack something.
You're a pervert. I kill you! Do you know what technique this is? Solid Snake! Solid Snake would defeat you. Can I play as Solid Snake? Can I kill you? If I were a Solid Snake, this would be already over. I would use CTC or something, I don't know. And I would smoke cigarettes. It's not over, you pervert! What do you mean? Amateur? Ooh, this game is mocking me. Oh my god! Stop mocking me! I hate you. Am I gonna die? I died!
Now I see. You deny your weapon its purpose.
What is this? Like it's more like Solid Snake died and I'm sad.
Urge to bathe in the blood of your enemies, but you hold it back. No.
My sword is a tool of justice.
Solid Snake!
Shit, not again.
Again?
Raiden, are you all right? You're almost clear of the tunnel. Just hang on.
This is all the Ripper has to offer?
Thank you.
Did you want to practice first? Gotta try hard at that.
Uh-oh.
Oh, did you want to practice first?
Why is this game mocking me so much?
Gotta try hard at that.
This game dislikes me. I don't know. I don't feel loved by this game.
Gotta try hard at that.
Even harder? I'm losing a bit of blood, I think.
This is what happens when you bring a tool to a sword fight.
What does that even mean?
It's over.
Oh
Lucky devil.
no! Troll face! Everybody does have troll face in this game.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Just like Snake! Snake says this always, kept you waiting, huh? It's like Solid Snake says this, kept you waiting, huh? I know this reference. I kept you waiting, huh? And my source is that I made it up. My source!
Down you go! Flash!
Uh-oh. What happened to my eye? Am I going to be blind in this game? Kill you! I lost this. Is all of this blood mine? I lost a lot of blood. Am I even still alive? Okay, now I'm going to get my rewards. Kills 13. Total BP 0. Because this game does not like me. Game over? I lost? No, it's not over, I don't think. It's not over, right? It cannot be. It can't be. 3 weeks later, Solid Snake is in the game now. Is this a metal girl? No, it's not.
How is it, Raiden?
So far, so good.
What happened to your jaw?
Visual.
A direct feed to your optic nerve. Yes, I should hope so, huh?
I mean, how does it feel? To fly like a bird?
Like a bird strapped to a remote control rocket.
We will get you in safely, little bitch. Just relax and enjoy the ride.
What happened to my jaw? How does Raiden kiss now?
Doctor.
Remember the two procedures to maintain your new body. 1. Seizing nano repair units
From your foes. And 2.
Absorbing their electrolytes. I got it.
Yes, enemy cyborgs should provide plenty of MCFC electrolytes once you slice them open and extract their fluids.
They're terrorists. I was planning on that anyway.
Oh, and their left hands, if you please.
Excuse me?
Their combat data stored on holographic memory, typically located in the left hand. That data is very valuable. I am authorized to offer you upgrades and services in exchange for it.
How generous.
Wow.
Ich liebe Kapitalismus.
Wait, what?
Had the wall come down a few years earlier, I would have a Nobel Prize on my shelf.
There, I see land.
What happened to my jaw? Like, how does Raiden kiss
No
his
activity in
girlfriend
the
now?
airbase. Looks like we don't need to worry about interceptors.
Great. Then we have time for a quick briefing.
I know you miss me, Kev, but I've been all over the materials.
That's what you said before Montenegro. Look, just humor me, buddy. Objectives,
Buddy!
of course, are enter Abkhazia, neutralize the terrorists, and restore
Debate
the
me.
rightful government, or what's left of
Are
it.
they debating
The
now?
president and most of the cabinet have been killed, and a military junta's been established.
See?
terrorists
The US
brainjacked
is,
all the
there's no
high-ranking
president.
officers, and their cyborgs scattered the rank and file. The few leaders who have survived have no way of openly opposing the new regime. That's why they called us.
The US is
Andrei
taking
Bolshev,
over.
leader of the occupation forces, an extremist linked to both the St. Petersburg massacre of 2015
Russia
and
took
last
over
year's
the
terror
US?
spree in Georgia. And his arms supplier, none other than Desperado Enforcement LLC.
Don't
Mind
touch us,
killers.
please.
If we don't stop them here, they could destabilize the entire region. But our more immediate problem
The
is
entire
jet stream
North
sand.
America continent?
Believe you've met.
Canada could get destabilized as well?
The only problem I see is that nickname.
I've got my enhancements this time. He won't be an issue.
He may not even be in country, but keep an eye out just in.
Oh, sorry.
Ready for insertion.
Why so? What? Are there some secrets to the story? Why is my jaw so weird? I keep asking, how does Raiden kiss his girlfriend now? That must be some weird experience kissing. So strange. I don't like your weird jaw. There's only one eye, like Solid Snake, like the boss, big boss,
Raiden, you landed safely, duh? First, head
big
in.
boss.
The waypoint is marked on your Solidan radar. Contact us on codec if you have questions.
Okay, Kodak. Kodak! Kodak is the most important thing in every Metal Gear game. Let's talk to Boris.
Control, it's Raiden. I'm on the ground.
Copy, Raiden. Glad to hear it. Entering on foot was the right move.
True.
That craft isn't equipped with stealth camo. Or octo camo, obviously, since that would be useless in midair.
And we wouldn't want to get your pricey new jet damaged, now would we?
Duh. The MQ-133C was not cheap, Tovarich.
Oh,
Keep alert. According to intel, you could find significant cyborg deployment here. If you were to be cornered by an entire squad, it might get difficult, even for you.
Understood.
this
Some
is not a
fighting will be
stealth
necessary,
game.
though.
Screw that. I'm
I've
not
got
gonna.
electrolytes to replenish.
This is not an infiltration mission. There is no need to hide or avoid combat outright, huh?
True.
Just do not get reckless.
This is not
Stay
an
safe
infiltration
and stay
mission like
focused
every
on your
other
mission.
Metal Gear game. Can I talk to you more?
There is always a chance the MQ was spotted before your drop-off. I would not be surprised if hostile cyborgs were already en route to your
Do
position.
I sound like this?
A little welcoming party wouldn't be so bad. I could use a warm-up.
Enough with the attitude, Raiden. It's time to be serious.
True.
This is no game. I need you to focus. Many people are counting on you, and I don't just mean here at Maverick.
You don't need to remind me of that.
Maverick, is
Good.
this what they
The last
call?
thing we need is another clever cowboy shipped back to us in pieces. On Codec is fine. Just be sure you are serious on the
Is
battlefield.
Solid Snake
Your
the
enemies
first
will
clever cowboy?
Yes, sir.
Cowboy! No.
We are clear on the rules of engagement, yes?
No.
Clear enough. I can use deadly force against any hostile elements. Hostile cyborgs, I can strike first.
Cyborgs.
Basically, yes. The actual rules of engagement is more specific. A long list of no's. But you have the idea.
I don't.
You want to recap the highlights for me?
Yeah.
No weapons prohibited by international treaty. No use of force against non-combatants, especially officials or anyone with political power who may be needed for negotiations. No use of force against any unarmed hostile seeking to surrender. And no use of force against any non-cyborg combatants without prior verbal warning.
I warn
and that
you.
includes Dolzaev?
Duh, but this should not be a problem. Any non-cyborg is little threat to you, Dolzaev included. Besides, we have no signs of any non-cyborg hostiles anywhere in the area. Not even one. We think Dolzaev is working alone with Desperado here. In any case, that is the ROE. Otherwise, deadly force is authorized only in clear case of self-defense.
Nice.
So basically, civilians off limits, human hostiles verbal warning, hostile cyborgs, anything goes.
Yes, this is a conventional warfare scenario, so the rules are based on the Hague Convention.
Yeah, sounds pretty standard. Still good to list out all the no-nos before things get too hairy. ROEs that only specify who you can engage require too much judgment. They make it harder to remain focused on battle.
Duh. This is why most militaries' ROEs list negatives, not positives. The few that take the other approach,
Hey, the
I
codec
pity their
experience is
soldiers,
the
the
same as
questions
the
they
other
face.
Metal Gear games.
Oh, and for our purposes, UGs are considered the same as hostile cyborgs.
Really?
Copy that.
Copy
We
what?
have no rules about property damage, but keep it minimal, yes?
Never.
It just makes us look bad.
I
Anything
destroy.
standing in your way, trees, streetlights, this is fine. But there's no reason to damage civilian homes, or to go snooping around in them.
I will.
Goes without saying.
I will destroy every home.
You're familiar with your new body now, yes?
No.
Then let's begin the warm-up. Slash at something. A palm tree, perhaps. You're familiar with your new body now, yes? Then let's begin the warm-up.
Okay, that's how do I
Slash
skip? You cannot skip? Okay, Kevin! Hello.
Looks like a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when
Hello,
Dolzaev's
Kevin.
men showed up.
Kevin!
The streets got pretty hot after that. We're definitely gonna see a few civilian casualties here.
Why?
Luckily, it looks like most of them got out of the city before things got bad.
True,
They've
Kevin.
basically got control of the entire town and are using the refinery as their HQ.
And that's why we're hitting the plant.
Keep in mind, those cyborgs are contractors. For most of these guys, this is just a job. In theory, once you eliminate their commanding officer, they should scatter pretty quickly.
I kill all of them. How are these bodies?
You're familiar with your new body now, yes? Then let's begin the
56?
warm-up. Slash at something.
So old! Bodies! Why are you so old? Kevin, talk to me,
Kev,
my friend.
Let's go over everything we have on Desperado.
Roger that.
Mel.
Let's see here. Desperado Enforcement, LLC.
Yeah.
Registered in the U.S., Delaware.
Makes sense. The U.S. doesn't regulate PMCs too closely.
I am in the U.S.
Looks
now.
like almost all of their actual business is handled outside the States, though. Says here their financials are handled by a separate company based in St. Kitts and Nevis.
Who?
The preferred tax haven of megacorps everywhere.
Probably why they incorporated in Delaware in the first place. Loose tax laws.
Ooh.
Funneling it all through the Caribbean must help with the money laundering, though.
Hey,
There's still a
Caribbean.
lot we don't know about them. But they've definitely been starting a lot of fires lately.
Who?
They're a PMC in name only. What a name it is. Guess War Profiteers Incorporated was taken. But that's their business. In a nutshell, target war-torn nations on the road to peace. Reignite conflicts and walk off with all the cash that was earmarked for reconstruction. They also have ties to the drug trade, human trafficking.
Evil
Sounds like
bastard.
a real class act.
Sounds like a job for Superman.
We've confirmed 3 key captains in Desperado. Their code names are all wind-themed. The captain presiding over this coup is called Mistral.
Cyborg?
Yep. All 3 have got custom-made bodies. Collectively, they're known as the Winds of Destruction.
Ooh.
The what? They all have action figures too?
You're one to talk, Mr. Lightning Bolt.
True.
Who told you?
Courtney. Now that sounds like an action figure.
I didn't choose it, trust me.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I doubt the Winds of Destruction picked their names either. Different cultures use language differently. Even ones with a decent command of English. As you can attest, Mr. LB.
Kevin is
Looks like
funny.
a war zone out here.
The palace cleared out quick when
Yeah.
Dolzayev's men showed up. The streets got pretty hot after that. We're definitely gonna see a few civilian casualties here. Luckily, it looks like most of them got out. They've
Okay,
basically
we
got...
already-
And that's why we're...
Keep in mind, in theory, once...
Okay, Courtney! Hello.
How we doing, Courtney?
You're looking good on our end. GPS and audio-visual feed coming in fine.
23.
Energy consumption? Check.
Of course.
Damage levels? Check. Blood pressure, brain waves, blood sugar? Check, check, check. All this monitoring equipment, I got a better view than if I was standing right next to you. Anyway, I'll be saving all your data automatically anytime something important happens in the field. But contact me anytime you want a manual save.
Copy that. Good to hear that hasn't changed with this new body.
True.
Yep, the basic system's exactly the same. So, did you want to save?
Save. Yeah.
And save complete. Simple, huh?
Yeah.
Copy. And glad to hear you're okay after Africa. That ambush was no joke.
Africa, that was the US.
3 armored vehicles should have been plenty for that job. And it would have been against any typical guerrilla force.
I keep asking myself, where would an anti-Imani faction get the cash to hire cyborgs?
It just doesn't add up. Maybe there's some intel I missed.
Scrooge
A
McDuck.
lead I should have followed up on. Maybe if I reacted faster, or coordinated better.
You screwed up.
You can't think that way, Courtney. Not in this business.
You screwed
You
up,
did
Courtney.
everything you could. Put it behind you and move on.
You're right. Thanks.
You screwed up, Courtney, and they never forgive you. Doctor?
Titan, shall we review the capabilities of your new body?
Yeah.
Copy that. Go ahead, Doc.
As we discussed, you've been outfitted with 2 revolutionary new abilities.
Like what?
Fuel electrolyte absorption and self-repair from C's nanopaste.
Precisely. First, electrolyte absorption. This is simplicity itself.
Really?
As your HF blade is linked directly to your fuel cells, simply cut into any source of electrolytes. Say, a hostile cyborg made up of CNT muscle fiber.
Okay.
And your fuel cells will recharge on their own. Rather elegant, wouldn't you say?
Maybe.
I would indeed. It's been great so far.
But the repair process is a bit more involved. A bit more messy, you might say.
Oh no, Messi.
Most military cyborg models store a
Have to
cache
beat
of
my
bionic
enemies?
self-repair nanopaste in their lower abdomen.
So I need to slice them open and use Zandatsu to extract it. Cut and take, in other words.
Correct. Once extracted, you need only to crush this unit in your hand to absorb the repairing agent inside. Keep in mind, it is extremely delicate. If the unit should hit the ground, some paste will surely leak out. It will still repair your body, but less so than if you can retrieve it directly before your foe falls over.
Basically, harvest their organs before their body can even hit the ground.
Rather gruesome, I realize. But then you Americans enjoy a bit of gore, don't you?
I may be a citizen, but I've never really thought of myself as American.
Oh? Well, yes, I suppose I could understand that given your history. But what then? Surely you don't identify as a Liberian.
I don't identify with anyone. No nation, no ethnic group.
Damn,
I'm
they-
my own man. Anyway, I seem to recall those gory torture
I'm
porn
my
movies
own
were
man.
pretty popular in Germany, too.
Indeed, indeed. These splatter films are big in Germany, Russia, Japan, everywhere. Well, everywhere except regions afflicted by actual warfare. It all has to do with taming our fears, you know?
Huh?
The desire to feel fear, to taste death, but from a safe distance. These films allow the viewer to delude themselves into thinking they have overcome their fears. This...
Okay, Doc. I got the gist. Let's save the full psych lecture for some other time, though, huh?
True.
So
Doctor!
these self-repair units in the other cyborgs, they mean they can heal themselves at any time?
Indeed. It is typically a slow
True,
process.
you don't know me,
Not
man.
much faster than a regular human body heals a wound.
And you didn't think it was a good idea to give
True.
me one of these things?
Certainly not. We removed all extraneous options in your case to maximize power and speed, you know.
Healing wounds is extraneous?
Your ability to absorb the nanopaste agent is far more efficient, Raiden. With it, your wounds heal almost instantly.
Wow.
I know, but...
And a standard repair unit, once depleted, is nothing but an empty shell inside you. Dead weight.
I get that, Doc, but it also means I need to constantly be grabbing them out of enemies.
No, it doesn't. Don't be silly. Simply avoid taking damage and you will be fine.
Yeah, simple.
Doctor?
How is your eye, Raiden?
Great. My sight's perfectly balanced between both eyes. I think my vision's improved, actually.
Quite right. Quite right. Your eye patch houses an artificial compound eye unit.
Oh.
The unit contains over 200 million solid-state image sensors, each with its own individual lens.
Oh.
200 megapixels, huh? Doesn't sound like all that much.
More than sufficient for the application. A human's optic nerve has only about 1 million fibers, you know. Were we to add more sensors, your perceived vision would not improve. There's only so much modern image compression technology can do.
Huh. So I shouldn't expect any more dramatic improvements to my eyesight?
No, your brain would no longer be able to process any more visual information in real time. Still, compared to previous ACEs, yours has 1.4 times the resolution and a superior compression algorithm.
It may only result in a slight perceived change, but it could wind up making the difference during a mission.
Regrettably, I have not had enough time to develop a new eyeball unit just yet. Thus, I have cut out the ability to deploy the ACE unit separately and simply installed it on a fixed eye patch.
Works for me. If I was using an eye unit, I wouldn't see any better than a regular human.
Ah, but remember, the human eye is so much more than a simple light receptor. They play a vital role in person-to-person communication. Sooner or later, you'd miss it.
Stuff like that's important for some tasks, sure. For this op, not so much. And with less moving parts, the lower the chance of something going wrong. Besides, I like it.
I like it
I'm
hot.
very pleased to hear this.
I
Yeah.
can worry about how I look after I complete the mission.
Mission. Doctor?
Stay vigilant, Raiden.
Why? Customize? That's not a codec, you perverts. Let's go! I kill you! Look! I destroy everything in my path. I destroy! I'm so destructive and evil! Destroy! Destroy! Come on! I destroy everything I touch. Like an evil bastard. Can I swim? And the game don't even let me swim. Like, that's not fair. That's not honest. That's not good. Not good. Isn't Raiden supposed to be his own man? Oh, Codec Combat Manual. VR missions? Okay, what now? Can I destroy the stairs? I can! Uh-oh. Can I even get the up now? If I destroy my ability to like trade the level? Oh no. Thwarted by my own lack of brains. Uh-oh. Guess I have to find a different path now. I'm not the smartest. I didn't think you could destroy the stairs. Uh-oh. Okay, so what do I do now? What do I do now? Okay, let's go again. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. How do I get up? I destroyed the stairs? Raiden cannot... Raiden! Do I have to restart? What the hell happened? What? What was that? What was that? This game has a lot of bugs. Okay, let's go here. Maybe if I go like this. Uh-oh. I think I messed up. I think I might have made a mistake. Oh no, wait. I think I know what to do now. Wait. This? Oh. Okay. Okay! Okay. I destroyed the car! Oh no, enemies. Boring enemies.
The best
What are
is
you?
using stealth camo to ambush you. Nice try, but it won't do any good against a state-of-the-art cyborg like you, eh? To parry incoming hits, launch your own barrage of light attacks while your foe is on the offensive.
I kill you more than ever! With my new body, I kill you!
Right. Whenever you engage in battle, I will designate a battle area for you. Stay within the area to avoid collateral damage.
Never! I will kill everybody! Can I kill you? So what now? I kill the enemy! More than ever! Electricity! Correct.
Had your fill?
No?
With this body, I could take these guys with no eyes. Intel wasn't exaggerating on the cyborg count.
Well, you know how fast the tech's been spreading these last few years.
Kevin?
That CNT muscle fiber packs the power of a jackhammer into every limb.
What enterprising soldier of fortune could resist? And cyborgs are still human. Real
thinking people. Way less risk of collateral damage than your typical UAV strike.
And don't forget the PR angle. Nations start playing Frankenstein with their troops, and the public goes nuts.
PMCs, on the other hand, are off the ethical radar.
Yeah. They still don't even count PMCs in official death tolls. With SOP out of the picture, private militaries needed a new edge on the market. We got it.
In a way, cyborgs are just SOP troops by another name.
Only all muscled up and less predictable.
But it makes you wonder, where'd Desperado find these guys?
I'm not complaining. They're like walking vending machines.
Right. Vending machines full of blood.
Solid
Easy
Snake
there,
found
Dracula.
them.
Like I said, they're still people.
People who terrorize and take innocent lives for money. They sowed their fate when they took this job. I'm just the Reaper.
Damn. It's a bit cold, Raiden.
Even for you. Anyway, his school? Let's get to work. Time to increase the peace.
Right.
How do I destroy this bot? I need to ban somebody from the chat. I ban you, private girl. I ban you, chat girl. How do I... how do I do this? This is my first ban. How do I do this? Tell me. I don't know how to do this. Wait, I will go to the YouTube. Wait. Oh my gosh. Yeah, how do I ban you? Private girl. Is this you? Remove. How do I... remove? No, I just remove the message, but how do I remove the user? I guess I just put them in timeout for now. Okay. We did it! Am I smart or what? Am I the smartest duck? Come on! So how are you enjoying YouTube streaming? Are you enjoying? Are you enjoying yourself? More than like anybody else in the universe? Are you having more fun than anywhere? Is this more fun than Twitch? Or is this basically the same old boring Lucy? What do you think? Come on! We have not even... Are you standing here and realizing? What do you mean, Nikola Tesla? Nikola Tesla, what do you mean? Tell me. Feels the same? This cannot be! Nikola Tesla feels different. Oh. Nikola Tesla feels differently for sure. Okay, let's go. Let's go, let's do this. We're gonna... and then we will cover together the topics that are forbidden on Twitch. We will cover the streamer Steven! Okay? Oh, I will go quickly to the toilet. Don't go away once I'm in the toilet, okay? Don't go away. Also, I've noticed that my YouTube videos get recommended to bigots and then come to my comments to ask, why am I recommending this? It's weird. Okay, I'll be right back, okay? I need my toilet. So don't go. Don't go away. Also, if you're not subscribed, subscribe or something. I'll be back. I took some more drink. Okay, I will give you a choice, okay? Write in the chat. Do you want me to continue playing Metal Gear? Or do you want me to cover some Steven? So if you want me to cover Steven, then write like... if you want Steven, then write 1. If you want me to if you want me to continue Metal Gear, write 2. 1 for Steven, 1 for more. 2 for more Metal Gear. I will write it in the chat. 1 Steven! 2 more Metal Girl. So you have to write 1 or 2. 1 is for Steven and 2 is for Metal Girl. 12? Okay. We'll take a short break and we will cover Steven then. I choose for you, okay? I choose for you. Boom, boom. The choice is made. Steven! Are you excited? I bet you're so excited that you can handle it even, okay? It's the first time Lucy will be openly checking out Steven because Steven content is fair game on YouTube. Destiny, let's see what happens in the Steven land. Destiny. Okay, calm down, buddy! Debate me, buddy. DJ Academics versus French something something NFT. Kanye question triggers debate versus Abba. He mad, like boring videos, oh my gosh. Let's look into some drama or something. Wokeness has gone too far. You should be fired. Mr. Grant confronts Destiny and moderator list demands. Okay. We're gonna go into the Destiny drama with Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl being the infamous person that talks about you know, child abuse a lot, and then also made this review, and also is a bit strange person, okay? And Destiny does not need the war on the DGG. I will be going live immediately to discuss my war on DGG and possibly to talk to Destiny himself, says Max Carson. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Cover Steven. Oh. Oh, turned into a hate subreddit because otherwise DGG was perfectly fine. I see. Okay. Okay. So it was fine. Okay. Do you see what is? Do you see my problem with this? Like, until he was like feeling that I'm gonna move a bit. I'm gonna move myself so that you can see that pervert Mr. Girl. And then I'm gonna like turn off the mirroring of the image. There we go. Now it looks like I'm looking at both of these jerks. It's true. Okay, let's go. The dramatic intro music, boom, 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 boom. The tension is rising. Boom, 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 boom. Aww. No way! DGG hostile? No way. Mr. Girl is discovering DGG. Baby's introduction into DGG. I'm mad. Giga Chad. Super funny. Literally discovering how DGG works. People have been pointing out that Destiny just purges his community like a million times over the years. The creepy Mr. Girl is not even being original in this critique. To the right, to the left, to the right. He will fight to the right, to the ends of the right. It's a brave new world, a brave new world. Steven's version, I guess. Two intellectual titans facing against each other in a contest of wits. And I am here, privileged enough to witness it, because now I am streaming on YouTube. I'm so excited that my hair is creeping through my huge boobies. Do you see? This is how excited I am to be able to critique this debate of the titans. Let's go. Steven here, who has invented being everything on the internet, and Mr. Girl here, who has invented being a creep on the internet. Those two pioneers will now face off against each other, and I am here to provide you with the comprehensive commentary and deep insight, okay? I invented doing deep insight into commentary like this, okay? Let's go. Who likes you? Oh well, never mind. That's an... Okay, I will try to limit my ad hominem attacks to a minimum, okay? My ad hominem will be minimum. Oh yeah, another hero of this story, Nick Fuentes. Nick Fuentes, the Nazi type, who Destiny said is just some charismatic dude that takes people out of their dark times. Poor lost man who just don't have a purpose. You know, like Adolf Hitler did. What? What do you mean no sound from video? There should be a sound from the video. You should have told me this before. I will restart the video now. Okay, I will restart. We'll restart this try at giving critique. Ah, okay. Don't worry, we'll start. Who cares about the video? You're here for my commentary, not for the video, right? Okay, let's restart. I see. War! War never changes. Why? Oh. Okay. Steven! It's never allowed, basically. Like, let's not kid ourselves, even. It's sometimes not allowed. Diplomatic Mr. Creep. I'm rude. I see. This is so silly. It's funny. Humor. It's humor. But I've already given my commentary that basically Mr. Girl is just discovering like DGG, okay? And the weirdness of DGG. So I will restate it once more. Two titans are fighting here. Steven here. You know? Steven here, who basically invented being like... What is that? What is that sound? Oh! Okay, I understand now. Jesus. I have to set up my sound because I'm having a problem. Properties. I had the perfect setup on Twitch, but here I like have to... Okay, I will set it up between streams, but now I have to just manually switch. Where is the... system... How about now? How about now? How about now?
On the Destiny subreddit.
Okay. How about now?
Because
is it okay now?
I don't like the way it is run. It's turned into a hate subreddit against me.
There we go. So to recap this amazing duel, okay, to recap, Steven here, who has invented being everything on the internet, and Mr. Girl, who has invented being a creep on the internet. Let's go. Let's do this. Technical difficulties aside, Lucy is here to comment on this duel of the giants.
At time, that's obviously that's like 2% of what it is.
Okay,
but I feel
let's
that
go.
it's become very hostile towards me.
Yeah, mean to you.
And
Mean to you.
criticism of
DGGS.
Steven is not allowed at times. Sometimes it is, sometimes it isn't. Even people, if they're rude when arguing in my favor, even in situations that don't even involve Steven, they've been banned for that.
Steven!
You maintain that you can ban people for any reason, whatever reason you want. If you're mad, blah blah blah.
Mad.
And then you'll like do this thing where if somebody calls a ban out for being bullshit, you're like, well, fuck you. Like it's funny. It's funny that I banned you.
Very humor.
Giga Chad, go fuck yourself. Which, as funny as that may be.
See, like this, Mr. Girl is just describing what everybody's known for years now. You're not being original, Mr. Girl. The only thing you have invented is being a creep on the internet.
It has a chilling effect on genuine criticism and speech in the sub, which is bad for me specifically because I need, in order for like normal people to understand me, I needed special, smart, empathetic people who get what I'm saying and who like me to.
I think you're overselling yourself a bit. You're not the misunderstood genius that you think you are, okay? You're not the misunderstand amazing genius that you think you are, monsieur.
Kind of help them understand. And so like Steven sometimes plays this role. He's played this role in like a massive meta level, or macro level overall.
Macro level, oh yeah. Those two geniuses, titans of intellect. The Mr. Gar who invented being a creep, and Steven here who invented being everything else. And Steven is being the translator of the secret language of Mr. Girl. Like the mystic shaman who takes the teachings of Mr. Girl and spreads it to the wider audience.
But I need people in the audience who like get me to look to their neighbor and say like, no, he's not saying that. And like you'll see that
the interpreter. Maybe you should, maybe instead of like depending on people to like interpret the signs, interpret what you're saying, maybe, just maybe, you could consider just working on your own communication. How about that? Have you considered maybe working on the way you communicate instead of just depending on those translators that you just alluded to?
a lot. And like with the Fuentes thing, there are a lot of people who are like, he's not saying never to talk to Fuentes. He's not saying to deplatform him. He's not anti-free speech. He's saying don't sanitize him by having chicken and waffles with him. And then people are like, oh, okay, I get it now. I just needed to explain to me like 25 times instead of 24 times.
So basically, Mr. Guy is saying that everybody is just stupid, and Mr. Guy is the misunderstood the genius.
So why don't you just say, like, don't have chicken and waffles with him? It sanitizes him instead of needing a translator.
Do you think I didn't say that?
I don't know. I haven't watched it.
Well, you've just said no that you need a translator, so... Which is it? Do you need a translator or not? Exciting debate.
But if you need a translator, that sounds like a skill
Who's
issue.
debating?
Well, if I say, I think that having chicken and waffles sanitizes Nick Fuentes, and I think this is dangerous. And then Steven says, well, you sound like every other lefty in the world telling me to screech Nazi at him, which is one of his responses.
Okay.
In that response, well, while that may be true, that he thinks that, he is reframing what I'm saying. And so the audience who is primed to agree with him and accept his definition of what's happening is going to come away thinking, yeah, Mr. Girl did want him to screech Nazi at him. He did want him to call him a Nazi. Even wannabe sad boy.
Like, if we lived in the 30s, Steven would be eating waffles with Hitler and saying, oh, everybody's so stupid. Everybody's an idiot. Hitler is not this awful guy that wants to kill everybody. Hitler is just a misunderstood artist that is a bit charismatic and that he just speaks to the hearts of a bunch of lonely men. This is the only thing that Hitler is, you know. He's just a bit of a more talented, or maybe not even talented. He just practiced speaking in front of a mirror, has a bit of charisma, and is an artist, and just speaks to all of the lonely men that want to find purpose. And you know, Hitler is just this guy who who helps people find purpose. He's not some evil Nazi. You are calling everybody a Nazi. You just want me to screech Nazi at Hitler. This would have been Steven in the 30s or even 20s. Which is funny because we are in the 20s now. True.
And as good faith as he is, was like, yeah.
Which is funny. We're in the 20s.
I get what you're saying. You want him to call him a Nazi. I never said that. I never said you should call Nick Fuentes a Nazi. But if you ask 99% of people in the sub what I said about it, I think most of them, or 100%, I think 99% will say that I did say that. But I didn't.
He's a Nazi.
I just didn't say that.
There we go.
And so if you're going to have a new one,
I'll help you, Mr. Gar. Nick Fuentes is a Nazi. There we go. You're welcome.
Thing you're trying to explain to people who are half listening, who are huge fans of the person you're arguing with, who are perhaps some of them not the brightest crayons in the box.
See, everybody's an idiot apart from Mr. Girl. Only Mr. Girl will deliver you the nuanced takes. Like, I'm starting to think that Mr. Girl, in fact, has invented nuance on the internet. Another thing that he has invented apart from being a creep. Nuance on the internet. There we go. Sorry, Steven. Mr. Girl has taken this title away from you.
my audience too. This is just how people are. You're going to need sometimes a discussion forum where people can explain what's happening.
Sure, I'll take your word for it.
Simultaneously.
True. Especially when Mr. Gar is involved. Mr. Gar is so deep, so nuanced, that hardly anyone understands him, and you need a special translator who can reach Mr. Gar's epic levels of intellect.
Well, do
So what
you
are you
disagree with
looking
this?
for from this subreddit? So like, what are you looking for?
Epic!
Well, I outlined my
Epic.
demands.
Yeah, not everyone read it, so just set the scene.
Oh, what are my demands? One is I believe that you should either be fired or given different marching orders. But I think the way you interact with the community and moderation as it stands
You should
is
be fired.
authoritarian
There you
and
go.
anti-speech, anti-criticism,
Anti-speech.
and anti-intellectual almost.
See? Unlike Mr. Gar, who is pure intellect, never feels over reels.
And then the second thing is I think there should be a constitution where the rules of the sub should not just apply to the members, but also to the administration and the mods.
Constitution of the Reddit.
Okay.
The Reddit.
The First Amendment,
The Redditution.
if you will.
Okay. So
Fired. You're
I'll talk
fired.
about moderation for a minute.
Okay. Talk
The
about
chilling effect is actually a goal. So usually bans are public. They're the Giga Chad moments, as you called them, where my goal is to set a
Giga
tone
Chad.
for, hey, this is the sort of conduct that isn't acceptable.
All right.
Of the 3 bans I've gone over that you sent me, I stand 100% by one of them. One of them actually went back and that wasn't Nino.
So only one of 3 is okay. I see. Only one of 3. That's not good when only one of 3 you can stand by. So are you saying that the other 2 are BS? Are you saying that the other 2 were nonsense? Is that what it is? Well. Mr. Girl unwinding.
That was me. And I can't even explain what that was. That probably was a bad
I
ban.
see.
That guy probably deserved to be unbanned if he hasn't been already. And then
Okay, which ban are you talking about? The one that you think is a bad ban? Because if we agree on that, then maybe we have a jumping off point.
yeah, like I have bad bans. They happen. That's why the unbanned form exists.
Can you
Like,
describe the ban?
Yeah, sure. Hold on, let me pull up a link real quick.
This is getting boring really fast. We don't care about some ban. Get us the intellectual content, Mr. Girl. Come on. Aren't you supposed to be deep? Who cares about some ban?
Where's the
Boring
here it is.
content.
This one that I'm reading right now. This one was actually me. I'm not
I
sure
don't
if
need
it was for this comment,
interpreter.
but I'm down to unban this guy.
Okay, so the comment was,
Okay.
is it me or has there been a massive uptick in Mr. Girl hate recently? I'm going to need to see the context for this clip because I thought the professor looked like a condescending jackass, and I'm genuinely surprised to see so many people against Mr. Girl.
Okay.
And then edit, I got banned for this comment. So when you say it's a bad ban, do you agree with my general perception of like, oh, you just banned this person because they like me?
Redditors.
Yeah, I'd say that.
Okay,
So,
continue.
we hate you, Mr. Girl. We hate that you are so deep and intellectual and we cannot understand you, and that makes us mad and envious, and so we must ban you and all of your friends, all of your buddies. See, I am somewhat of a translator myself.
Yeah, so there are some people that I give a lot of leeway to in the subreddit. So like someone will post something really stupid, but because they've been around for like 5 years, it's not a problem. Orphans are
Busted.
exceptionally fucking annoying.
See? Even Steven has some deep input sometimes. Some deep, interpretation of events when he says, Based.
An example was a thread earlier about dog warts, because in the Harry Potter subreddit, there was a thread of dog warts, people posting their pets. And it was a bunch of fucking Mr. Girl simps going in there and saying, how much? Dollar amount? Question mark? And a whole bunch of cringe shit, which makes the subreddit look bad because by extension, as a part of your community,
Harry
it's going to end up
Potter.
pointing back to our community. And my first
Okay,
priority
so-
is making sure the subreddit stays up. So I clap down on that shit.
Okay, so to be clear, there are DGGers who are also fans of mine.
Yeah.
We're talking about shared fans, right? Okay. Who are posting in the Harry Potter subreddit about fucking dogs.
Yeah, that's just one example. But that was pretty.
This is a typical Mr. Girl fan posting about having sex with dogs. Mr. Girl! Oh my god. The typical Mr. Girl fan experience.
Pretty recent.
Why are Mr. Girl fans such creeps? Maybe it's because Mr. Girl invented being a creep on the internet.
Okay, then so you ban those people.
Yeah. But that's just not like a rare incident. Mr. Girl fans are exceptionally obnoxious. And I'm pretty sure Destiny talked about this in the past as well.
Oh. Don't you mean creepy?
Notorious dog fuckers. Okay.
I wouldn't say that. They like to talk about dog fucking.
Sure. Well.
I can't believe that's like Mr. Girl did notorious dog fuckers. An awkward silence, and the moderator here engaged with it seriously and was like, I wouldn't say that. Like, what is this exchange? What is this exchange?
That's why I have so little leeway with your fans. It's not because I am super invested in taking you down personally.
Mr.
I
Creep.
don't want your stuff enough to care.
Wait a second. Well, you just showed us an example on stream, or read out loud just now, an example of you banning somebody for saying it seems like I'm getting a lot of hate, and it seems like it's unfair to hate me because of my conversation with that
I
professor.
think it's fair to
so
hate
you are
I don't
banning
know.
people just for being my fan at this point.
Yeah.
I don't think it's unfair to hate you. I think it's fair to hate you. You are very creepy.
Occasionally. It's a rare thing. It happens. You know how it is.
What do you mean you know how it is? What kind of an argument is you know how it is? I don't know how it is. Mr. Girl doesn't know how it is. That's why he's here, to ask you how it is. You know how it is. I love the deep level of conversation going on here. It's like an intellectual duel. Hey, you ban people that like me. Yeah, it happens. You know how it is.
Don't.
The level of well, then don't. I mean, calling himself Mr. Girl in the context of what he has said and done is creepy as well. I mean, he's an infamous transphobe, so, you know, just keep this in mind always when discussing Mr. Girl. Mr. Girl is an infamous transphobe. But yeah, the level of discourse, like, I'm gonna need a strong, empathetic, smart guy to explain this deep, deep conversation to me, you know? I need an explanation. Hey, you're banning people that like me from your Reddit. Yeah, I know. It is what it is. You know what happens. Well, then stop doing it. Deep, deep conversations. That is why I tune in, to expand my intellectual capabilities.
I've never banned anyone. The only person I've ever had any.
But I don't ban people. See, this is deep, deep, like, you need a degree to decipher what's going on here. You really need to, I think we might have to watch this at least 5 times to understand all of the subtext, all of the layer behind the layer of what's going on here.
Anything to do with banning in my community was Lav, where I was like, I think Lav is sexualizing minors in a subtle way, and so I don't think she's going to technically break any rules, but I think she's jeopardizing the sub, and I don't think it, like, I just don't like what she's doing. I think it's bad.
Okay.
So I asked the mod team, can we vote whether we should ban her? I made my case. They voted and they banned her. I've never just banned somebody. That's the only person I've ever even.
I don't know why like it should be a democratic process. I don't see the appeal to that.
Well, it's not. It's democratic. It's not. It's not. It's not like I ask the community to vote whether to ban somebody. I ask my mods to vote.
Okay.
The reason it's not in my hands is because I don't want to create an echo chamber or fortress, as you like to say, where my emotions about things people say to me, which are often negative.
Mr. God is so deep, not creating a fortress or an echo chamber. See, this is the type of intellectual titan that we need.
Because I like any creator, when my fans criticize me or don't understand what I'm saying, or they turn on me, especially because I make very provocative content, as Steven does too, where sometimes your whole community just like revolts against you. If my emotions were tied to my decisions about who gets to stay, then I will eventually cull all pushback out of my own audience and
That's
end up
why you
with
have
an
a
echo
third
chamber.
party do unbans.
I think a better solution is to just remove myself from the process entirely. Well, why would I like, you can't possibly think that it's better to ban people out of fury and then unban people, because even then you're filtering out people who don't want to be treated like that.
The reason why, just as a quick insertion, the reason why I like to do that is I'm really quick with the ban is because there are two types of people that...
Okay, Steven is gonna give... Steven, the intellectual titan, is entering the ring. We're about to get a deep dive into the psyche, into like why Steven is quick to the ban. Let's go, gigglers. Now it's getting like to the other level. Let's go.
Criticize me.
So there are two people. There are people that are useless trash, and there are people that are less useless trash. And Steven allows the less useless trash to live and bans all of the useless trash. Is this going to be the gist of it? Let's find out. I'm gonna add like on pause, and we're gonna see if it's about this.
One type are people that are just literal fucking anti-jerker dick riders who will criticize every fucking thing I do. And the other thing is sometimes there's fans, people that don't like you, but they offer like legitimate...
Useless trash. They are useless trash, and the other type is the but less useless trash.
Valuable criticism. So I ban quickly, but I unban quickly because I figure if you are like invested in me and my community and you just have something
invested in me. If you're invested in me,
like you're a dumb fuck here, blah, blah, and you want to say some shit or whatever, you'll reach out for an unban. And it'll be really quick to unban you. And the people that are more likely to never reach out for an unban are people I didn't care about anyway. Now, I'm going to catch some people that I'd want to keep in the crossfire, but like that's just my approach. Just letting you guys know that. But okay, go ahead.
Well, I think this...
Okay, go ahead. The classic Steven. Okay, go ahead. You can really see when people want to copy Steven when they do the whole cringy. Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Filters out non-sycophants.
It will to some extent, but I'm okay with that. Because I get rid of the anti-jerkers, who I think are the death to...
Anti-jerkers? What the hell is an anti-jerker? Is it like an opposite to the jerker? Like the opposite to the people that jerk you off? The anti-jerkers?
To a lot of communities. Anti-jerkers are like some of the worst people you can have around. I dealt a lot with these, and I was way too gentle on them in my early career, and I let like huge anti-jerkers...
Steven is such an... Steven is a gentle jerker.
Communities grow and like were fostered under my like wing, and it was just really bad for my community and everything. But I'm not telling anybody else they have to do things. Like I might be wrong, who knows? But I will say I have one of the largest streamer communities on Reddit on the entire fucking planet.
I'm not.
But yeah.
See, Steven, I am the largest person in the entire world. Steven is the biggest person in the entire universe. I might be wrong, but I'm definitely not because I'm a genius.
But
wait a second. My argument...
But go ahead. I'm a genius, I'm never wrong, but go ahead. Let's hear that again. Steven, classic Steven. Love it. Gotta love classic Steven.
Filters out non-sycophants.
It will to some extent, but I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that because I'm a genius and I have one of the biggest communities in the universe. But go ahead.
Because I get rid of the anti-jerkers, who are, I think,
There
are
you
the
go.
death to a lot of communities. Anti-jerkers are like some of the worst people you can have around. I dealt a lot with these, and I was way too gentle on them in my early career, and I let like huge anti-jerking communities grow and like were fostered under my like wing, and it was just really bad.
Under my care, under my gentle care. Under my gentle care.
For my community and everything. But I'm not telling anybody else they have to do things. Like I might be wrong. Who knows? But
True, I might be wrong, but I'm also absolutely correct.
I will say I have one of the largest streamer communities on Reddit on the entire fucking planet.
I'm not.
But yeah, but go ahead.
Wait a second. My argument is not that.
But yeah, on the entire fucking planet. But go ahead.
That it doesn't help you like make money or be a successful streamer or grow your audience. Obviously, it's practical for those reasons. I'm saying it's wrong.
Well, no, I'm not saying it's just because it makes me money. I'm saying in terms of builds a better community.
Oh yeah,
Like
Steven has famously the best community. Not bad at all. Big flex. Got a big, huge community on Reddit. Seriously, anti-jerker like he really admits.
Builds a bigger community.
Well, yeah, but I would say bigger community can oftentimes be a reflection of the fact that it's a better community. I guess not necessarily,
could be.
but I know there are a lot of
necessarily.
streamer subreddits that are like, so like if you look at Sneako's subreddit, for instance, or like Dave Rubin's subreddit, like these are subreddits that were totally unmoderated and they were created basically just to anti-jerk. And like if you go to those subreddits, it's just basically full of like hatred for those creators.
I don't think you should. I don't think it should be
Famously best community, the DGG.
totally unmoderated.
Sure. Well, yeah. Okay. So I don't want to like interject too much, but I was just giving my thought process on. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
so
the most important thought process, the Steven thought process.
I just think banning people and then unbanning people who come crawling back. Over time, will, in doing so publicly, changes the character, the spine of
True.
the average DGGer.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Okay, well, yeah. So, I really value the viewers I value the most are the people who say, I don't agree with what you say.
I don't watch you, but I also don't agree with what you say.
But
there you go.
I still find it really thought-provoking. I hate.
I don't really find it thought-provoking. I find it stupid. I think you have an overbloated, perception of yourself. I think you see yourself as some genius that nobody understands, and you need a super translator to make all of the idiots around you understand you.
A lot of your content. I hate the way you talk to your girlfriend. I hate the shit you say about trans people. I think you say the dumbest, fucking, stupidest shit ever, but I still find value
You do. You do say that. That's right. You do.
in what you do and watching you. Those people, if I ever got mad and even banned one person on stream in front of those people, I think they would all leave. And I
don't really find that much value in your content. I am struggling to find the value in your content. Sorry, Max.
So
what's your current issue with the criticism on the subreddit? Or is it just too hateful? Or what's the deal?
What's the deal? What's the deal, Max? What's up? What up? What up, Max?
For me to be understood and for my content to make sense to people
I see.
requires a pretty delicate balance of thoughtfulness and an atmosphere of a willingness to tolerate bad feelings and criticism. And
You have
when
to have
you shut that down,
M-level
you make the
intellect
place increasingly hostile and hellish for me.
for geniuses.
I feel like the emotional IQ of DGG is dropping every time there's
See? You don't match Mr. Girl's emotional IQ of 10,000.
a mass calling like that. I
Mass
think the
calling.
community, yeah, like when Steven did the purge after the Nick Fuentes argument.
Based.
I'm not sure how many of those I kept track of.
But
But
said.
I'm not even sure if I was there watching for the waffle arc, but
Waffle
I don't
arc.
know. It seems like there's plenty of
These arc names are so silly, ridiculous.
Mr. Girl fans on this sub. They seem pretty unmolested. I think in the
That's
past.
not.
What?
That's not. This has nothing to do with what I'm saying. You just made the case that a good way to do moderation in a subreddit to keep a community like intellectually healthy is for the creator to mass ban people when he freaks out, and then the mods will unban people. But then when I refer to the purge, you don't even know what I'm talking about.
So to be clear, let me provide
to
some,
be
because you're
clear,
saying that
Steven
it's,
is giving context. Steven is getting deep. Steven is giving like his deep thoughts. Okay, let's listen.
it's like I just mass ban people when I freak out. Typically what I do is, and this is prone to happen the most, and there's like incredible.
And mind, this is the correct way of doing things because Steven is doing it. And when Steven does something, then it's not just a way of doing it. It's the way of doing it. The correct way.
Incredibly charged events. It's usually when people are making
Lame.
like unhinged fucking comments.
True.
There are plenty of criticisms. It actually happened yesterday. Or not yesterday, the day before. Every time I do a vegan debate, a ton of vegan people come out and start posting unhinged shit on my subreddit. And yesterday I checked this out, I was like, oh boy, time for a mass fucking purge, because I was gonna have to ban a whole bunch of people. But when I looked at the subreddit, there was a lot of people criticizing me, but there were only like 2 or 3, like literally, I think there were only 2 or 3 like super unhinged comments. People saying things like, I think Destiny's like arguments are really circular. I don't like when he does this or blah, blah, blah. Like, I don't think he engages well with veganism. Oh, those are fine. But when people are like, Destiny's just a fucking hypocritical asshole and he doesn't ever fucking recognize how much of an absurd dipshit. It's like, okay, fuck you. It's not good feedback. Not only is it not good feedback, it's toxic to the community. It's a waste of my time to read, and it's like emotionally exhausting. Like, fuck, why would I do that? So I don't just like go on banning speeds and just ban everybody, blah blah blah. I probably do some bans that are unfair, but generally, and it's been the case over and over again where people bring it up on stream and they go through it on subreddit. Somebody will be like, why did I get unbanned? And I think I just saw this happen in a thread like yesterday. So I was like, why did I get unbanned? And then if you go through his comments, like prior to that, the guy's like, oh yeah, Destiny's just like a hypocritical asshole, but he'll never fucking admit it. And it's like, oh, I don't need this commentary on my subreddit. Yeah. And I was like, okay, yeah. So like, I'm generally, yeah, fuck. But if I do fuck up, I mean, it's easy to get unbanned if you email. But yeah, that's just the general.
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
just like,
Steven has the best community in the entire universe, doesn't he?
like ban everybody that's criticizing me because I'm emotional or
Best.
whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. We read a post that you did remove during the Fuentes thing that was not that unhinged.
Well, when you say not that unhinged, do you remember? It's really unfair for me to push you on this, but I'm just curious. I'm not trying to push you. Do you have a link to it, or do you remember? Can we look at it again? Or can you remind me what was in it, and I can tell you why I banned them or whatever?
Oh, this was my ban.
Oh, fuck.
Is this what you're referring to?
No.
Oh, a different one. Okay.
I think I can just. I think I can just scroll
Deep
back
lore.
to, or can I just
The
search
deep
it in our
lore.
conversation?
Probably.
And separately, Steve and I operate pretty independently. He doesn't necessarily give me marching orders unless something big comes up. It's like
Typically, the only time I'll tell Forethought to do something is I'll be like, listen, I want to ban all, like, no more lav posts or no more of this or whatever shit. Like, if shit, yeah, no more keffels, like, ban all that shit, yeah.
No more
But generally, he does
Keffels,
his
no
own
more
thing, I do my own
mutants.
thing. Sometimes I stumble into areas and I see that he banned somebody. We stumble into our own graveyards.
Okay, I think
I will say, though, some of the Forethought unbans, or some of the Forethought bans can be pretty unhinged sometimes, but listen, he does his shit and I'll unban people if I think it's bullshit.
Listen, it's about making sure they're afraid.
Okay, sure.
All right, I just sent it to you. Did you get it?
Oh my god, just reading the title of this, I
What a circle jerk. What a circle jerk.
can already see. Hold on, but I didn't actually open it again. Hold on one second. God damn, Steven has contradicted himself so many times in his debate with Max and Chud. This is painful. It's almost gaslighting.
Oh no, how unhinged. How unhinged.
This is exactly what Max is talking about. Max is 100% correct in his assessment here. Literally every statement said by Max is correct while Steven is being so weaselly. He literally did the Britney argument. Fucking, okay, I'm glad I banned this guy. I hope he's still banned. This was a stupid fucking argument. Yeah, go ahead.
What's the justification for that? No, okay, do you concede that if this post said, "God damn, Mr. Girl has contradicted himself so many times in his debate with Steven and Chud. This is painful." Steven is 100% correct with his assessment here. Literally every statement said by Steven is correct, while Mr. Girl is being so weaselly. That person wouldn't get banned.
So back when you said this before, I would have
That
agreed
would
with you.
not happen.
But I actually spoke to my community after this, and I think I actually I explicitly said this. I said that from now on, I want you guys to try to treat other people like you treat
I know
me.
you said it, but I'm
I
asking
want
if you,
you to
in good
try.
faith, do you really believe that you'd get banned for saying the opposite post? About
Yeah,
me?
I try to look for people that are doing this now. So like I've done it a lot with because Lav gets a lot of hate on my sub.
Who?
I think I did it with a couple people that post about you, but I don't go through my subreddit all the time, especially because we were through a boring arc recently, so I wasn't reading as much. But yeah, if people are making super unhinged comments about other people, I try to like cut
Unhinged. Unhinged is when you criticize Steven.
down on that if I see it.
Is
How
saying
dare
is
you.
saying that everything you said is 100% true in an argument with me unhinged?
Calling me Weasley and saying that I'm gaslighting is unhinged.
Yeah. Steven would never gaslight anyone, and even suggesting that Steven could. Like, even suggesting that Steven could, you know. Even suggesting that Steven could gaslight anyone is unhinged. True.
Is calling me Weasley and saying that I'm gaslighting unhinged?
Depends on if you're a Weasley or gaslighting.
I usually just ban people.
So
depending
who
on-
decides that? When you're
I do.
like,
It's
just
the
out of
Destiny
curiosity.
subreddit.
It's
Okay.
authoritarian.
So what do you think happens more often? That I'm gaslighting and Weasley or that you are?
I think you gaslight like crazy, but
Okay, great. So
Sure.
can you then, now that we've gone through this
Crazy
little
gaslighter.
side thing, can you concede now that the same post about me, if you agreed with it, would not get banned? The verbiage in the post is not the problem. It's that you just don't agree with it.
well, yeah, that's gonna impact. Like, let's say that our
You say
conversation.
unhinged.
Well, yeah, let's say
You
that our
mean it.
conversation ended right now, and somebody made a post and they were like, Max was unhinged and Weasley in bad faith in the last conversation that he had with Destiny. Like, that would be a person that could be potentially banned because you weren't at all. There's no reason for that.
Because you don't agree with them.
Yeah, because that's not even remotely what happened. But let's say that we go on a little bit
I understand,
further.
but
yeah. Okay.
but
Good.
I just want to point out that at the end of the day, it's really about whether you agree with the criticism or not.
Well, no, it's about whether or not I feel like the criticism like maps onto reality or not. Which I guess you can say that's a longer way of
Maps
saying if I
onto-
agree or not.
Maps into reality. And who's the judge of that?
You could argue that.
Yeah.
But yeah, sure, to some
So if
extent.
Oh my gosh.
You
That's gonna
super
be
disagree.
true.
If somebody criticizes you and you super disagree with it, that's a ban.
The problem is that like when you
Yep.
say those words, you make it sound like my
Yeah.
goal is to ban any criticism, even if it has merit. When
yeah,
that's not
I mean, yeah.
true. I'm looking.
Who decides if who's supposed to decide if it has merit? Like, if you don't like it enough, you can just decide that it doesn't have merit.
ban
You decide if
criticism.
it has merit.
No. We're not talking about whether or not it
Exactly.
has merit. We're talking about if the description is true or false. If somebody
If the
said
criticism
that
is true.
Yes. If somebody said that like,
Okay.
oh, Destiny was unhinged, right? It's not my worry isn't whether or not that was meritless or with merit. It was whether or not I was actually unhinged. There have been debates where I've been like unhinged.
But ultimately, the
So, if you decide that you are not, then it becomes false automatically, I guess.
power to decide whether you are unhinged rests with you.
Well, ultimately, yeah, of course, somebody has to make the decision. Yeah.
And yeah, but does that somebody have to be you? Like, no, you
I mean,
want
it
it to
doesn't
be.
have to
but,
be. Yeah, I do want
Well,
it
no,
to
but
be,
that's
yeah,
why
of
we have the
course.
separation
It's
of
just
powers in
stupid.
government. So, like,
Well, I'm not a
so- 'cause you
government.
don't-
This isn't the Destiny Republic. This is the Destiny autocracy, right?
Well, okay. So if you're willing to bite that bullet, then surely you understand my criticisms of the community.
That
'Cause
I
under
don't
the
run the bands
autocracy-
like democratically.
It's not that you don't run them democratically. It's that you run it like an autocracy.
Well,
It is subject to your whims, your feelings.
Sure,
That
let's say-
disagreeing with your read of a conversation shortly after the conversation is a bannable offense.
Let's say that
I
I
don't see how
ran
this
it
does-
democratically, and let's say that a majority of my community really didn't like you, and they were like, "We're going to ban all Mr. Girl content." Would
No,
you be
I
okay
don't
with
think you
that?
should run it.
Okay.
No, I don't think you should. That's not what I'm suggesting.
Okay. Well, what are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that you create a document that limits your own ability to ban people from your community, which could be updated as necessary, and then adhere to that. And so, if the document says you get banned for disagreeing with Steven too much, if you disagree with Steven a lot, if he
A
thinks you're
lot.
super wrong after a conversation, he's going to ban you. You're not allowed to disagree with Steven. If you're willing to put that in writing and put it under the
my
sidebar
God.
in your subreddit, then fucking have at it.
Well, but why would I?
don't think
what is my prerogative for doing that? Now I'm just going to have an even harder time banning people if I want to ban them. Why would I want to do that?
Yeah. For the health of the community.
The circle jerk. But
Okay,
Steven
I
has,
mean,
but
I think
Steven has the biggest and healthiest community in the universe.
my community is really healthy.
I know.
There you go. See, it's the healthiest. It does not need any more health. Any more health will overkill it.
So,
But I don't. Wait, you're asking, why would you? You obviously don't want to do it. You want to rule with an iron fist and define who was unhinged and who was not, and who was crazy and who was right and who was wrong. And anybody who disagrees with you.
That's true. I need to agree with this, you know. It is true. That is what Steven wants.
If you feel like it, gets banned, and then you can say, oh, well, it's not
Like, you can say it was just unhinged or not, but you just decide that it's unhinged.
real ban, you can get unbanned. But through this filtration process, the circle of bans and unbans, you get rid of people who are willing to stand up to you.
True.
Which you say is a good thing. And
well,
forethought
no.
is here also
I
saying
don't
it's a good
get
thing.
rid of all people that stand up to me. There's a lot of people that are critical of me that are on the subreddit.
That's not that. Wait, that's not what I'm saying. I didn't say there are none left.
Well, but
I
you're
said
saying you
that this
get rid of
process-
people that stand up to me. I mean, like,
Yeah, you do. You get rid of people that stand up to you in a meaningful way. All the others you just tolerate because you see their cute little criticism and you say, and you choose, oh yeah, this is okay, this is fine. This is not really challenging me in any meaningful way, so there you go. You can stay. You're fine. But if someone really pushes your buttons, whoops, then it becomes a ban. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming. If you're not subscribed, I suggest that you subscribe, okay? I love the title myself, okay? I love my stream titles. I like an expert, okay? So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm starting. This is my test stream for YouTube. And I am right now doing a bit of a test, talking about Destiny content, which I'm usually not allowed to do on Twitch.
Not all of them. You don't get rid of all of them. You just get but you can see the kind of person who's like, well, what the fuck? This motherfucker banned me for disagreeing with him.
True. I mean, Steven just makes post-hoc justification for his whimsy bans. Oh yeah, they called me unhinged and that's bad. And they were themselves unhinged, so I just banned them easy. Like, okay, some deep level analysis as always by Steven. I guess you just need a higher level intellect to understand his ways. This is why I'm watching this like duel between the two intellectual titans.
yeah, but there are people that
Why would
will
I want
call
to be
me.
in a community like that?
Sure, that's fine. But if you're,
It's
but if
an
I think
amazing
there are people that I
community.
don't want in my community. If your
True.
criticisms
I
are
know.
like this guy's an unhinged, gaslighting, Weasley fuck, I don't care about your feedback. I don't want you in my community.
True. But if your community that you're a genius, then it's okay to stay.
Like I'm okay with that.
I also don't
Yeah,
really
I know.
moderate around like how people view discussions. I usually aim for like the super personal, unhinged shit. So like a guy called you a pedophile in a thread earlier, that guy gets banned. I don't really.
But I
care.
am a pedophile.
Good one.
Oh my fucking.
There you go. There you go. See, this is exactly why I told you that Mr. Girl invented being a creep on the internet. There you go. Like, Mr. Girl is like now praying to his most powerful element, being a creep. Okay? And Steven is just like now playing to his power of being the inventor of everything. What an amazing duel of wits. What an amazing debate.
Good one, dude.
I know.
Good one.
Good
I know you're
one,
watching this.
dude. Good one.
Okay, continue.
Amazing.
So yeah, that's usually what I aim
That is
for.
so
I don't really
deep.
keep up with every single conversation.
deep.
I'm the YouTube Andy now, so
Loser.
my goal is to make sure that people become more moderate and try to have
Moderate.
a more level
Okay.
discussion in the
Yeah,
subreddit.
because
My goal-
everybody knows that Steven's community is a bunch of moderates. Steven is going for right wing. Let's get out of here with that moderate thing.
isn't to have like super
This
unhinged
thing's
people
community is not
posting
moderate.
psycho shit every single day for up.
Okay, but
votes, because that's what it-
the two bands we're talking about. I mean,
It's
you're
not
saying you don't
moderate.
stand by one of the bands.
Yeah, like I'm not gonna sit here and say like I'm the perfect fairest moderator.
What do you think about what do you think about Stevens? What do you think about the band Stevens talking about? Do you think this is a good band?
Based 100%.
Okay, so what makes this 100% a good band?
Keep us link. There's usually a stereotype these people fall into.
Oh, okay. So you say based 100% cool and based, but you don't even know why the band was made. You need the link again. Okay, I see. That's not... Okay.
Usually starts with calling someone bad faith.
True. Why does this guy the bad faith? And then it's like, what does bad faith mean? Well, I disagree with this argument. Sorry, that's neither here nor there. But go ahead.
Oh, see, the intellectual arguments enter the ring. But he doesn't even know why the ban happened. He doesn't even remember what the comment was. But his gut response was still, oh yeah, based. The ban was super based, super good. Can you show it again? But it was based.
So they just stereotype people fall into. Not super impressed so far with your style of evaluating whether you should ban somebody, but continue. I'm gonna, as you speak, I'm gonna imagine you're a police officer talking about a black person. But go ahead.
So these are the
It's
people.
usually the stereotype they fall into. I mean,
The people that say bad faith are the ones with their pants hanging down around their knees. They got a lot of jewelry on. They're speaking a lot of AAVE.
you can
Okay,
just tell.
I already
You can
when I
just
see
tell.
him, I'm like, this guy's up to no. Doesn't look like he belongs.
oh, Steven's joking about being racist. Steven's joking about being racist. So funny humor. I think Steven has invented humor on the internet, so it's okay.
Here, you know, in the DGG.
I think it's okay.
In the DGG housing development or whatever the fuck we'd be. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, fuck this guy. Oh,
Apparently
man,
that guy's unbanned
so-
too. Unreal. Ninu's way too lenient with those.
Ninu has to be
Yeah, Ninu
right?
needs. She's
a silent guardian. All right,
of something of autism. Of that, she's guarding the
All right,
wrong
so-
things. Okay.
One thing
Okay,
that's
so
really
can
fucking
Oh, sorry.
annoying
What's
in
that?
this post is
Autism.
when people try
Oh,
to
no.
project some
Yeah,
sort of inner mind state on people that are
Oh,
having a
no.
conversation and then
Steven.
never really talk about what they're actually saying.
Oh yeah, that's the thing that I actually.
Why
I'll
are
ban
you
for
so
that.
loud all of a sudden? What the hell? What the hell is up with your audio?
Somebody will make an entire post. Fuck, what? There's one topic that this happens over. Oh, it's over dating advice. That's
Stop
probably one of the things
screaming.
I've banned the most for. So somebody will come on and they'll make a post. Did you guys see the recent stream where Destiny and Erudite were talking? All of the advice they gave was bad because Erudite is married and has only been in one relationship and Destiny's a streamer. I don't know why anybody listens to anything they say or take anybody seriously. Like, I've banned so many people that make posts like this. Because, like, what are you saying? What is your critique? Like, in all of the like dating advice critique things, less than 5% of people actually offer a critique, and they're just there to like criticize like my life and say that that's why everything I say is wrong, even though they never put anything is wrong. It's like one of the most annoying fucking things for me to say. But yeah, that like where people just like this debate was bad because, and then they just talk about mind states. It's like, why are you even posting here? Like, go do something else. Yeah.
Yeah, it's super annoying, unsubstantive.
Oh.
But sorry, go ahead.
And everybody knows Steven is man of substance, especially when he alludes to the woke orthodoxy of academia. That's when he's at his most substantive. Oh, Steven is a man of substance. He does not tolerate lack of substance.
Okay, so forethought, can you walk us through why you would 100% stand by this ban?
Yeah, sure.
Alright.
So, in the span of 10
Professor.
minutes, he says things like, Nick isn't a Nazi. If you separate the view he has, he wouldn't be called a Nazi. Within the context of him saying Nick explicitly isn't a Nazi shit for a few years isn't a Nazi. This has been going on all debate. It's almost gaslighting. Like this, it's almost gaslighting shit is just unhinged. You can't
Can
just
you explain,
So-
can you explain why
also-
that's unhinged?
You cannot use the word gaslighting. That's unhinged. Do you not know? Do you not understand? You cannot say that someone gaslights. That's unhinged.
I don't know who introduced. Like Steven, I need to talk to you. You
We can't say
fucked
the
up
name.
by introducing people to terms like gaslighting and bad faith.
I know.
You fucked up.
Answer him.
Okay, so you.
Yeah, you messed up. You messed up by teaching idiots those terms. Everybody's an idiot, apart from us, the elite. The elites. We, the elites, have taught the common folk the important words, but we've messed up because the idiots misuse them. We were too generous. We were too generous in teaching people our vocabulary.
Rather than just say like, "Hey, this is wrong for XYZ reason," they're saying, "Hey, it's gaslighting. It's abuse." This is exactly what Max is talking about. Being all blurry with what you say during Nick's beliefs, without saying like, "Hey, this is what's blurry." You just stating.
Wait. Can you just specifically walk? Okay, are you saying that you're not allowed to say if you think Steven is gaslighting, you think he is intentionally obfuscating something and avoiding talking about something, being sneaky, slippery, weaselly, whatever? If you actually think that, are you allowed to say that in this subreddit or not?
If you have like proof, absolutely. If you want to pull
proof, wait, no, if you have proof, if you just is this a bannable offense to accuse Steven of being bad
of course.
faith and
They
gaslighting?
just said they just stated outright that claiming that something is gaslighting is unhinged. It's unhinged to use the word gaslighting. And Steven, as the elite, should not have introduced this word to the common folk at all. You effed up, Steven. You should not have taught people that way.
It's going to depend on the combo. So there was a...
Wait. I want Forethought to answer because he said probably 100%.
Oh, okay.
Because you're saving him.
Oh, okay. Well, I would give... Well, because I'm one of the moderators of my sub too, but go ahead. He can answer. And then I'll give my answer.
So
Go ahead.
if you want to accusing Steven of being bad faith, just at all, is accusing Steven of being bad faith or gaslighting in itself, is that... You can get away with it. Does that mean it's bannable, but you might not get banned? Or what?
It means it depends on what you post. Like if you say, Steven is gaslighting, here's what he did. He said this, he contradicted this, he lied about this, he claimed this earlier and then stated that later. He's gaslighting.
Okay, so if you say Steven is gaslighting and you don't give an explanation, you get banned.
Yeah, so
if you do give an explanation, you might not get banned.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to read the post to you, and then you tell me why this isn't an explanation. Is that okay? Can we proceed that way? Okay. In the debate just now, when Chud and Max debated him on the sanitization of Nick, it seems Steven is just trying to defend himself without being able to be critical of himself at all. This is most prevalent with how contradictory he is in this debate. What?
Can you stop real quick?
Yeah.
So, like, accusing someone of being like, he just wants to defend himself. He's not engaging critically. Like, ascribing that kind of mind state rather than just talking about what's actually being said is sort of what gets you in trouble.
Okay, so it is bannable to ascribe a mind state to somebody.
It's a red flag. Not totally bannable, but that's a red flag. We're starting off on a
Okay, so you're already close to being banned if somebody says it seems like Steven is defensive.
No, hold on, whoa. Notice how I just said that's a red flag, and you changed it from red flag to almost bannable.
Yeah, red flag is almost bannable. What do you mean? What does a red flag mean to you?
And then notice how you changed it from Steven is gaslighting to Steven is being over defensive. You just
nobody changed. What? You've changed it. You have changed it, Steven. You were talking about ascribing mind states. Saying you're defensive is ascribing a mind state. It's not what? You've switched back to the topic of gaslighting just now. Interesting, Steven. No.
Both ends of that?
Okay,
let me restate what was actually said.
Here's the sentence. Wait, let me read the sentence so we agree on what happened.
Okay.
Can I do that? Also, you're rescuing Forethought again.
Oh, my bad.
No. Wait.
It seems like Steven is just trying to defend himself without being able to be critical of himself at all.
Yeah, see, that sentence is fucked.
Yes. Okay. But is the sentence bannable or it's a red flag? Like, what percentage of the way to banning the person does this get you?
It's a 13.3% repeating, of course, chance of getting banned.
Unhinged.
Okay, so you could be banned just for saying it seems like Steven is trying to defend himself without being able to be critical of himself at all.
Yeah.
No, it's just 13.3%. It's a red flag. It gets you there.
It gets you part of the way there.
So it is almost being banned.
Why do you think
what's wrong with that
that's a
statement?
fucked up thing to say? or an annoying thing we wouldn't want in the sub, or I wouldn't want.
Because you don't like it.
You want me to try to guess why you say that?
Yeah.
If I try to ascribe a mindset to you that you don't have, are you going to ban me from the sub? You're asking me to do this. I have your consent to guess at your mindset right now?
You have my full consent.
I see. This is unhinged. This is unhinged.
I believe that a lot
Also,
of these...
this is a really silly conversation, I have to admit.
There's two parts to a debate on a stream.
Debate.
It ain't like a boxing match. It's more like a close boxing match. There's not usually a clear winner or loser. Sometimes there are. Sometimes there's nothing you can do. But often, the interpretation, the after talk, the upvoted posts and downvoted posts really decide how history is written after a debate. So in a
So it's basically
highly
meaningless, is what you're saying.
tense debate with a lot of stakes that is not really clear who the winner or loser was, it really benefits Steven to write the history of what happened. And so when you're arguing about the very definition of reality and you have your finger on the ban button, when somebody says, well, I think what happened is you were defensive and not self-critical, it obviously helps you, rule with your autocratic iron grip if you stop the person from saying that. You're saying it's really annoying, and yeah, it is annoying. It's very annoying to have somebody tell you, you're not making good arguments, you're just flailing and defending yourself. Obviously that's annoying. But
the truth hurts,
you get a
Steven,
benefit
the
other than
truth
just
hurts.
relieving your, annoyed feelings.
There
You get a
we
huge
go.
benefit
You came here for this
in
high-level
shoring up
discourse.
your support in your audience by doing that.
Okay, Stephen, rescue me if you want.
There you
Or
go.
translate.
What? Well, Mr. Girl,
Translate.
fuck, I have heard that. It sounds like he's just saying that there's a huge benefit to being in control of the narrative of the comment section after any big...
Wait, you need translating this? Maybe the Reddit moderator is not the sharpest tool in the shed after all, if he needs translating of that.
conversation and by aggressively banning people that appear to
Like,
have...
what the hell? You need translation for that? Are you being sarcastic or...
have disagreements of opinion with me. I'm essentially, in a way, proactively, retrospectively rewriting history, essentially.
Do you feel like
I'm not saying... well, I'm not saying you're thinking that. I know that
I'm
you're
not saying
thinking
I
that.
didn't say you're saying I'm thinking...
Also, your translation was just repeating what he said. You didn't translate anything. You just repeated what he said. Hey, Steven, you're rewriting history by making yourself the winner by deleting people who are criticizing you. It sounds like Mr. Girl is saying that I'm rewriting history by deleting people I don't like. What the hell? How is this a translation? You just repeated things that were said 5 seconds ago.
Thinking it, but that's
Yeah,
I'm not.
Is this the brilliant empathy that we need? The brilliant translation that we need?
Yeah.
I know you know
Go
this.
ahead.
I just want to make it clear a forethought. I'm not saying that you're thinking I want to rewrite history. I know you're thinking this person is toxic, this person's annoying, it's another Mr. Girl dog fucking idiot. I don't want to deal with this person. They're annoying. Like I get.
Oh no, all
the
band people
motive-
are being annoying, independent of that sentence. That sentence is entirely.
But this
separate.
is what you're
That
end up
sentence is-
doing. Is what Mr. Girl is saying. I'm
It is not
translating.
just annoying. It is
It's the effects
counterproductive
that matter
because one,
of your actions.
the answer to it, it's not like
That's what
Steven can
you
say, "Hey,
want to do.
I wasn't defensive. I was critical the whole time." But how do you prove that? Who cares? Why the fuck are you even wasting your time having this conversation? Just have a conversation what you want to talk about. And just,
Well, the thing they want to talk about is they think he's being defensive.
yeah, that's fucking retarded.
So we just shouldn't talk. I mean, is it okay?
It's unhinged.
For the record, is it retarded because Steven is never
Yes.
defensive?
It's retarded because it's unprovable. If Steven's defensive, I can make an argument like, "Hey, Steven's being
slurs.
defensive here," but at the end of the day, it
Not
is
in a
really hard to
subreddit.
just prove someone is in a certain mind state, and that's why they're making
Yeah.
arguments. And we're in a
Okay, so
debate.
you're not allowed to speculate about the mind state of Steven in a subreddit. Are you? I mean, you may
Of
get
most people,
banned.
generally those are like waste of time conversations. All right, that's why you usually don't accuse people of being like grifters or whatever, because like I can't prove that. Like, what the fuck is the point?
So why would it be a bannable offense?
I guess I don't, based on the posts I've seen about myself.
It's
and
not
there
very
are
strong
dozens of them,
argument.
or maybe even hundreds. I'm going to say speculating against Mr. Girl's mind state is not against the rules of our destiny. Even if it is stated that it is, you can do that pretty freely whenever you want, about whatever you want, and nothing happens to you, which is fine. That's how I think it should be. I think you should totally be able to say, Mr. Girl's gaslighting, you call me Mr. Gaslight, get the top voted post in the sub. You should be able to do all those things. That's not my problem. I don't want this protection. My problem is that I think these clearly, if annoyance and bad feelings
Mr. Creep
are
this
fueling
is
the
what
ban
I'm calling
decisions,
you, and I want
you,
an upvote.
by your own admission,
Mr.
forethought,
Creep,
want to ban
that
people
is your
just
name.
for liking me or saying nice things about me, it seems pretty obvious that critical comments
Well,
of
it seems
Steven are
pretty
going to be
obvious that
banned
your
or
community
bannable
is
way more
pretty
than critical comments
horrible.
of anybody else. If your immediate emotion
And I'm doubting your moderator's good intentions and intellect levels. He's not one of the titans like Steven and Max here, the two giants of intellect.
emotional response is playing any part
One
in
of them is so enormously ingenious that he needs translators in order to interpret what he says. Amazing.
the decision. And then, like I
I
said,
feel
through this
humbled in
cycle
this
of, well, you can
company.
always get unbanned, then you start to
I feel so small.
cull
I
out
feel so...
people who don't want to deal with being banned and pushed away and pulled back and, you know, having to submit to
right.
humiliating, like, well, explain yourself, appeal to the mods, and the mods
Yeah,
will,
explain yourself.
I just don't think it's good for me in the community.
Uh-huh.
It may be good for Steven, but it's definitely bad for me, obviously.
Okay, well, you have your own subreddit. Pull all your dog fuckers. Hang out there.
Sure. If that's your response to my criticism of your moderating system is go fuck yourself, that's fine.
Okay,
I
so we're
accept
good.
that.
There you go. We're not good.
No, I have conditions for this is an unending war. This is World War III or IV now, and it will go on forever. So
Why
we're not
IV?
good.
What
but
happened?
I accept your response.
No, I wasn't like asking if we were like friends. I'm asking like, is there anything else we need to discuss here?
We good. We good. No, we're not good. You're
I just don't think bootlicking should be a regular part of being part of a healthy
Well,
community.
Steven disagrees and his moderator disagrees. So were we good?
I'll keep that in mind.
There we go. You basically said that. So were we good?
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to discuss?
No, we're good.
No, I'm good.
There you go. I'm good.
Steven, anything else?
What? No, it's up to you guys.
All right. The offer to
There you go. That was a waste of time.
for Apex remains open. I'm going to bed
Okay,
later.
You, me, and Autistic Destiny, we're going to be grinding that, okay?
Soon.
All right.
So amazing, so smart, so funny. Those are the titans of the social media. They have the biggest, smartest, most healthy communities you can imagine. Amazing, amazing stuff. I'm thrilled.
And then there were two.
And then there were two.
Geniuses.
What's up? How's it going?
I feel like our relationship is a little tense.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Do you feel like that too?
No, not at all. Well, I feel like you feel it, which I guess in a relationship is enough for it to feel that way, because only one person needs to feel tense. But
Well, Steven just doesn't care, so there's not much tension to be felt on his end. But he feels your tension on it by osmosis, and it annoys him. Maybe he'll ban you.
That's right. I thought there's a few topics we haven't really talked about.
Why?
Okay,
What is
hit
it?
me up.
Hit me
Well,
up.
are you?
baby.
Do you feel upset or angry at me about anything?
Yes. Well, he doesn't care. He won't be upset or angry.
Okay, the topics
Like,
I
of
feel like we haven't
course.
really talked
He
about.
just doesn't care much about you.
My declaration of war on the subreddit. Oh, we kind of talked about it now, but is there anything you want to say about it? Anything else?
No.
I
Not
don't
really.
fully understand the ramifications yet, so no, I think I'm okay.
There
you go.
I don't think there are any.
I can read Steven's mind.
I'm just mad, and I'm gonna complain
Some just
about it a
don't
lot.
care.
And,
There you go. That's Steven's response to this.
That's
I
fair.
think that's it.
It's a
That's
healthy
fair, but I
response to
don't care.
madness.
Yeah.
That's
and
cool,
I think
don't care.
like I said, I don't think I'll if I post or I respond to posts, I think I'm gonna be a little more guarded because it doesn't feel like a safe space for me.
Well, then just don't
Reddit's never a
post.
safe space.
What
It's
do
not
you-
even a safe space for me, even though I ban all the non-bootlickers. There's still enemies lurking in the shadows.
Oh, like Batman's.
I feel like it is systemically not a safe space for me. I guess what I'm saying.
Gotcha. Okay.
Oh. You're a
Okay.
creep.
Other topics.
I don't think anyone feels safe around you.
My ban.
To be fair.
From
YouTube.
Oh,
You are.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
I feel like you're mad at me about it.
I am mad at
Mad
you.
at you about it?
Kind of.
Oh, why do you feel that?
Because you've messed up.
Because I think it makes you feel horrible. I think you wish I would just be a little more like you. Or not even like you. Like, because you're kind of like me too in some ways. I think you just wish I would be
Two geniuses
more
speak.
Safe.
Protective. Safe, yeah.
No, not entirely.
Ooh.
It would make your life easier, but
I
I
don't
very
care.
much tend to play like the. Maybe you're probably not gonna believe me, but I'm very much like the neutral observer, where I kind of like watch people do what they do, and then I'll kind of like comment on it. And I'm like,
There
yeah,
you go.
you know, if they
Exactly.
did
In
this, it
other
would be easier.
words,
But ultimately, it's
now I'm
your.
gonna be the translator of Steven. I'm gonna translate to the masses what Steven is saying here. So the translation of what Steven is saying is, I don't really care, and I am willing to believe. Okay, I am willing to trust Steven on this one.
Your
I
prerogative
don't
to
care.
do what you want and act the way you want.
There you go.
I think feeling like I'm hurting myself hurts you.
I don't think so.
Okay.
You can believe that if you want.
Oh, did you see that?
I mean, I don't agree, but I don't know if I can convince you out of that. So.
There you go.
You see this shit?
Oh, cute, nice. I don't know my
Thanks.
Save Shaylin shirt on. I don't have my Save Shaylin shirt.
Save Shaylin.
but-
Learn to speak, Steven.
That's a very hard phrase to say.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. Save Shaylin is not a hard thing to say.
Okay, so
I guess my genius goes beyond your genius if I'm able to say things that you're not able to.
that's what I think.
That's what I think, yeah.
Okay.
Well, you're wrong because Steven just
what do you
doesn't
want to
care.
talk about in relation to that?
I'm gonna take a break soon and eat dinner because this is getting a bit.
I would feel similarly about or I do feel similarly about Sneeko. Like, I think he needs to
Sneeko,
moderate a
another
little
loser.
bit, and he would be immensely successful. He just needs to pick his battles better. But it's not like a thing that
Sneeko.
personally upsets me. It's just like, oh fuck.
Steven's entourage of Sneeko and Mr. Girl.
Would be doing a lot better. Would be easier for them if they were doing okay.
Well, you're kind of involved in my ban.
Sure.
I mean, you are as the boss of the Reddit, right? As the main boss.
But I don't know if that
Which I
meaningfully
think makes-
changes it for me.
It doesn't make it more upsetting.
Oh, the YouTube ban. You're involved
Not
in
in
the YouTube
a
ban.
I
Oh,
wish you would behave
I
differently
guess
kind of way.
my smartness failed on this occasion.
No, I don't think so.
Steven doesn't care. Stop being desperate for his affection.
I'm worried that you feel guilty.
Well, he doesn't. So he can rest easy.
No, it's pretty hard for me to feel guilty over something.
There you go.
I know.
That's one of the things that sociopaths excel in, is never feeling guilty, so.
So he just doesn't care.
I think it's the
You
same
can,
as always feeling guilty.
you can stop fighting for his affection now. He does not love you.
No, it's very, very, very rare that I feel guilty over online stuff. The limited exception probably has to do with Melina, because she catches a lot of flack without putting herself in the line of fire at all. Whereas for like me or Sneeko or you, like to some extent, when we jump into these arenas, we're kind of like, this is the battle that we're in, and this is like we've accepted the rules of engagement, even if they're not fair and they suck, and like this is how we go about things. When people peripheral to me get caught up, that makes me feel guilty or upset.
So
like when Lily or
hello,
Melina
Connor,
or Bella a long time ago, like
it's
that,
pretty
that's
good, you
irritating.
know.
But for us, I think
we're discussing this super deep and meaningful discussion between those two intellectual titans, Steven, who invented being everything on the internet, and Mr. Girl, who invented being a creep on the internet. So I hope you have fun here, Connor, and I hope you like enjoy yourself. And you know, if you're not subscribed to the YouTube, I hope you can subscribe since I'll be 190 then. And let's have fun, right? Let's have fun with this intellectual duel between those two raging titans of intellect. I'm hoping, I'm just praying that me with my small bird brain will be able to keep up with what's going on here.
we're like
Will
internet
I be able
warriors,
to
and it
keep
is what
up?
it is.
That's like
Even
the
if it sucks
challenge,
sometimes,
isn't
which
it?
it does super suck sometimes.
Yeah. The
I'm a very
engagement.
sensitive warrior.
Sure.
Sensitive, Mr.
But a
Girl.
warrior nonetheless.
A warrior nonetheless.
So deep. Deep engagement, deep
Somebody
emotional
said
bonds.
that you said I need to chill the fuck out with regard to the Lex Friedman thing.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Chill out.
Should we not talk about that?
You don't want to, or
Yeah, I know.
You
Incredible.
do you not want to?
Amazing.
I want to talk about it.
Let's talk
then we
about
can
it.
talk about it.
Yeah, let's talk about it then.
What do you
Let's
think
do it.
about that? How do you feel?
I feel.
What's going on?
I feel
I think that
emotions.
sometimes the way that you handle rejection will reflect on you on upcoming things. So by getting rejected in a really poor manner, it can hurt your future opportunities in really negative ways. A really
Ooh, Mr.
great
Guy.
example of this is long time ago.
See,
I was
now this is where the like very intricate dance between those two geniuses happen when Steven dives in and does the psychoanalysis and Mr. Girl does his nervous laugh because Steven has managed to infiltrate his defenses. See? I'm a pretty good observer, even if I'm not as smart as these two geniuses, but I think I can still make some like good commentary on their behavior, you know?
a very edgy StarCraft 2 player, and I had the opportunity to cast a tournament,
Edgy.
and then I was disallowed because there was a website, or there was a company called Gigabyte. They make PC parts.
Okay.
And they said they didn't want me at that event. And I wrote an article on my website titled "Fuck Gigabyte in the Ass."
Oh.
And my guess is that article probably kept other companies from working with me in the future. Be my guess. A long time
Aw.
ago, but
Why are you talking about this? Also, your rival was in control.
You think I'm
Sadly.
making decisions that my future self
Actually.
will regret?
I don't know if you'll ever regret them. You might be the type of person that
Doesn't care like Steven.
you know, could be living in the bottom of a hole saying, like, at least I lived my values. And at the end of the day, we all kind of have to pick and choose our fights. This is why I don't feel guilty, or this is why I'm, you know, it is what it is.
See, there you go.
Because for every
Steven
criticism that I'm
is-
giving you now, some people would argue, like,
Steven
well, Destiny,
is
people have
telling you
criticized.
as clear as day that he does not care about you, and still you refuse to believe it. So desperate, so smart, and yet so desperate and sad.
You the exact
The
same way
true
if you're engaging
king
with
of
Kethels.
creeps.
What's the difference? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure. I mean, like, it's kind of up to us to choose, like, what do we think
Kethels.
are the
Well,
important fights to
you
fight.
did choose to
And
fight
for me,
Kethels.
I
If you're
just
telling
I
me
have
to
a,
chill,
yeah, go ahead.
if you're telling me to chill the fuck out, it sounds like you disagree with my assessment about
Which fights are important? Yes.
Yeah.
Same thing, but then also it's the same thing with Sneeko too.
Yeah, because
Like,
making unhinged manifestos are the most important fights of your life. Steven is really the expert of what fights to choose. Isn't this like the blind leading the blind when it comes to choosing battles wrongly? Like, isn't Steven like the last person on Earth who should be deciding what battles are actually worth picking and what are
Sneeko would
not?
probably say, no, there's a lot of bots. I'm trying to deprogram people. Every fight I take is an essential fight. I can't, like, for you to tell me to censor myself around some topics, those are the most important topics for me to not censor myself about. That might be what is going on in Sneeko's brain. Even
Well,
if
that's you, Steven, when you say that, well, everybody you choose is critical. Like your super critical battle against scaffolds, your whole weird manifesto against Vosh and a few other people a bit back. Like all of those battles were pretty crucial to you as well.
verbalize it. And I would disagree, but I mean, it's his choice to make.
And I think some people would disagree.
And then
with your
again,
choice of
people
battle.
would
I like
turn.
Sneeko.
Sure, I do too. I super like Sneeko. He's a very interesting person, yeah.
Very interesting.
Even if I disagree with a lot of what he says. But I'd say the same thing about
so
you.
interesting.
And Brittany.
Amazing. Geniuses.
And Lav even.
There you go. And that's Destiny learned absolutely nothing from this lesson. Because he doesn't care. Also, Destiny already knows everything, so Destiny does not need to learn anything. There you go. Destiny invented learning on the internet. So anybody who learns anything on the internet is basically a Destiny clone. The clone of learning. Imagine learning anything. Steven is above all that.
Well, I don't think my ban's your fault.
Well, that's good. I didn't really either. I mean, I definitely played a part in it, but it's not my fault. I don't even know if I'd truly say it's your fault.
Exactly.
I think it's just
Nothing
kind of the
is
shitty
Steven's
social media
fault.
environment we live in today, and the
Steven
fact that it's
is
so easily
blameless in all
exploitable
of
by
this.
bad
Steven
faith
is
actors,
innocent.
like the big tech guy.
Yeah, I don't even think it's the people who's flagged me's fault, really. I think it's YouTube's fault. But
Yeah, exactly. The big tech. Why
But I
was
don't
he
think it's
banned again? What was he banned for? I don't even know. If anyone knows, please write in the chat why he was banned. Was it for being a creep? I don't even actually know why Mr. Girl was banned.
What?
just thinking of Shaylin making a shirt that's me at the bottom of a hole saying, "I live my values. At least I live my values."
Yeah.
There you go.
There's like a
Can
common
be
argument I
proud of
give to like
yourself.
bikers and stuff, to where I feel like I saw a comic or something, but like there's like a
Oh,
biker, like a guy with
another
like
deep Steven
like an
moment
actual just
upcoming.
bicycle, like standing outside the gates of heaven, and the caption is like, "But I had the right of way." And it's like,
There you
okay.
go. See? Steven is the deepest thinker of them all. He invented deep thinking on the internet, at least. And he taught the common masses all the smart words like gaslighting or bad faith. If only Steven did not teach the not so smart masses.
I think that's it for things that I feel like are.
What are you misremembering, Connor?
That's really it. That was it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
What are you misremembering?
For
Are you gonna tell me
things
why
I've
Mr.
sensed.
Girl was banned?
bulging, like Yellowstone, the volcano, the super volcano underneath Yellowstone, the lake, it's bulging.
And now
These are
is
the
Mr.
areas where I feel the
Rambo
magma
moment.
bulging. So I want to talk about it with you.
Oh, okay.
Wait,
thought there was, like, a
okay.
lot of shit or
I'm
something.
gonna pause because this needs a Lucy deep moment. So, Mr. Girl told Destiny not to interact with Nick Fuentes, and he was banned off of YouTube for that. You can be banned off of YouTube for telling people not to interact with Nick Fuentes? That's strange. That's really strange.
It could have been. I mean, I don't fucking know what you're gonna say in response to all this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, okay.
Okay. So what's up?
I mean, it seems like the thing we have the most overt disagreement about is the
Is what?
subreddit thing.
Yeah, the subreddit.
sure.
Obviously.
Oh no, the important things. We go back to the important. I think he was false flag because of it. I see. So he
I know
does
what else there is
not
to say
get
about it.
banned because of being a creep. I see. I understand. Is this like a permanent ban or what? Vosh was banned for a week.
Oh, I went on no jumper.
Oh yeah, how'd that go? Did you fly down to LA for that?
No.
Was he being
no,
so
we just did a Zoom
boring,
call.
Mr. Girl?
Yeah.
Feel like
Maybe
it
he
went
was
okay?
banned for being boring.
No, it was a
Or
fucking
maybe,
disaster.
or maybe I just,
A good kind of disaster.
maybe I just think Mr. Girl is boring because I'm not smart enough to understand his deep level of thinking. Maybe Destiny should translate what he's saying to me.
A bad kind of disaster.
It wasn't a disaster with Adam. It was a disaster with Flacco.
What was
Maybe
the
Jack-
disaster?
But they both speak in such slow
He called me
and like
some names.
sleepy way.
Like a pedophile or like a different?
Yeah.
This is so
yeah, he
like
called me a pedophile, and I just lost my shit. I
Okay.
haven't. Normally I have like a kind of like, well, I totally understand. I talk about provocative topics, and I totally get. Since the ban, I've not been as patient with people,
all right.
and I pretty much lost my shit. And he was
What?
like, "Oh, you're losing your shit. Look at you." I was like, "I know." And it just went on like that for a really,
Is
really
this
long
the
time.
famous Mr. Girl ramble moment?
I was
where he
so
just starts
angry.
rambling about stuff.
Why do you feel like you got more angry this time? Or you said you've been more angry since your ban. Why?
Because usually I'm saying in the context of like, I have a career, I have my YouTube channel, I'm growing as a creator, so I totally understand
Not
as
anymore.
new people are introduced to
Not
my work, they're
anymore.
going to be provoked, they're going to call me names, they're going to not understand. I totally get it. You know, that's fine. I
And
understand.
now your career is over.
But with the ban, it's like it just feels like
Uh-oh. Career over.
it feels like the world's against me.
Sure.
Guess why?
It is. Google is the world. You know, Google's like controls how so many of us interact with the world. When Google's like, you're a shitty person who shouldn't be able to talk.
I mean,
It
I
just
don't
feels
even
like God
disagree
hates me,
with.
and I'm so angry.
I don't even
I'm so
disagree
angry.
with that.
I'm so angry about the ban, and so I'm just taking it out on anybody who's like, it's just shut the fuck up. I just stay the fuck
There
out of my
you
way.
go.
And so
I
like,
think
yeah,
you
this
deserve
guy
the ban, Mr. Girl.
really
sorry.
tapped into it.
No,
and,
not sorry. I think you're a creep. You
I just
invented
lost my
being a
shit.
creep.
Damn. Were you like
So like, I
screaming
don't
at him,
know.
or?
Yeah.
Oh.
I would say I was yelling.
Am
I
I
don't know if
the
I got to
only one
screaming,
that
and he was like,
thinks
"You're
that the
shaking,"
ban
and I was like, "Yeah, I
is
know. I'm
okay, that
being
it's
ragey."
fine that Mr. Girl is being
He's like,
banned?
"Why are you shaking, bro?" And I was like, "Cause I'm
You can
fucking mad. I just
write
told
in
you
the
why I'm
chat
shaking.
if
Like
you
you're trying. Are
think
you trying to get me to
that
say
I'm
like
being
pretend I'm
reasonable
not
or
mad?
not
I am
about
mad.
this.
I'm not gonna pretend I'm not mad."
Was it better or worse than the Stardust combo?
Stardust.
In terms of upsetting for you.
I'm gonna go over
Stardust
it
was way more
on-
upsetting. Oh yeah, that's another thing. I feel like we didn't talk about Stardust conversation. Is there any stuff you?
I'm gonna go over that conversation as well because, of course, Mr. Girl here was very manipulative and creepy in that conversation as well.
I want to say about you got something to fucking say, motherfucker.
I mean,
Yeah,
obviously,
you
I
were
totally
creepy.
disagree with your assessment of everything, but I mean,
Yeah,
Can
like,
you
I
can you enlighten me
disagree.
about exactly what that means?
well, I think it's the same criticisms that I generally have of you. That I feel like you
I see.
Insert a mind state into another person way too much, and I feel like you're
Don't you?
sometimes just way too harsh on people.
Okay, bring it. Can you bring it to specifics?
Can I bring it to specifics?
Can I bring it?
When
to
you
specifics?
say to somebody
Like when two
that they're
geniuses talk
testing
to one
somebody,
another.
I think you
Ah,
should
those so
understand
deep.
that that has an incredibly negative connotation. And oftentimes,
Wow.
the use or the invocation of the word test is a strategy to rape someone. So when you invoke that to somebody that is explicitly
Uh-oh.
saying this is a strategy they're employing to avoid getting raped, it is like maybe the worst possible thing you could say And so I can understand somebody getting really triggered by it.
All right.
I
disagree.
understand that too. I mean, I think I said that to her.
Yeah, but you always
I
say
was
it
like
in kind of like a detached... It would kind of be like me walking up to somebody and then smacking them and being like, look at me. I understand why it hurts. I understand why you're hurting right now, okay? But you need to understand something, right? And it's like, that's what you're doing. And it's like, Jesus.
Okay. So the problem isn't that we agreed that I already
Deep
understand
minds,
this
the deep
and said it.
minds.
Okay.
Right. Like, I know that I was using the word test to explain how it feels from the perspective of the testee. Like, I feel like I'm being tested or profiled or not trusted or interrogated, whatever.
Sure.
I said to her, I know you feel like you need to do this to protect yourself. So from your point of view, it's just a boundary and like a defense mechanism or whatever, but just a normal thing for you to do to protect yourself. From the perspective of the person who's being asked to not have sex for 4 months or whatever the fuck, it starts to feel like I have to prove that I'm not a rapist, which is the longer you know somebody, the more that hurts.
Sure.
But that does not mean that it is a test.
Is that appropriate to bring up?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out your feedback here because you said my assessment is wrong, but it sounds like we have the same assessment so far.
Well, the issue that I have is the
I
appropriateness.
don't agree with the assessment
of
itself. Just because you
even
feel
explaining that.
like,
Okay.
just because you
And
feel
especially when
something is something, it doesn't mean that it's true. You know, if a small child feels that this child's parents are being unfair for forbidding the child from putting a finger into the electric socket, it doesn't mean that it is actually unfair. You know, your perception of the thing does not have to be reality. Just because you perceive something as a test, it doesn't automatically mean that it's a test, okay? Okay, Mr. Girl? Okay?
when the person is that emotionally charged over the topic.
Just because you
Because
think
what we're
that,
essentially
it doesn't mean
saying is
it
that, like, I understand that you're having an extreme emotional reaction to this because you're trying to protect yourself. But I think it's more important right now that you recognize how your way of protecting yourself could hurt my feelings. It's like, it seems like it's asking for an unreasonable amount of emotional consideration. It reminds me of fights where I'll get into a fight with a significant other and they're upsetting me and they're upset. And now they've brought their upsetness to me and they're making me upset. And now they're telling me that I need to take care of their feelings and my feelings. And I'm like, wait a second. You got us both riled up over this. Now I have to take care of both of us? Fuck you. That's kind of what it feels like in that conversation.
Exactly.
You were essentially doing.
That sounds like classic Steven to me.
We agree that she never said she was upset.
I don't care.
Right. No, I'm not trying to...
I don't know if she ever
The
did say.
truest thing Steven has said in this entire stream so far. I don't care.
If she was upset or not, but like whether or not somebody says they're upset, I'm never
not
looking
I
to somebody.
Look, can I walk you through what I'm thinking here?
Okay, go for it.
Okay,
Go
we
for
agree
it.
she never said she was upset, right? Probably.
She might
I
have. I
don't
think so, but I don't know. But
Yeah,
go.
I
yeah,
asked
yeah.
her if she was upset, and she said no.
Are you upset?
Do you believe me?
I don't.
Fuck. Yeah, go. I'll believe it. Go for it.
I can't believe so dismissive.
you're
I
saying-
believe you. Go for it. There you go. I'll believe you.
She seemed upset.
Yeah.
You're saying, she
You're
asked me,
saying-
do you want to do a stream talking about consent?
Okay.
I say yes.
All right.
You're saying if we start doing the stream and I tell a story, I tell the STD test story,
Okay.
and Stardust compares the girl in the story to herself and says, well, I think that's how it happened. I think she was like, well, maybe it was the other way around, but she was like, I tell men they have to wait to have sex with me or whatever.
Okay.
You're
the,
saying
the STD test is just ridiculous.
if she's talking about her
Ridiculously
experience
silly.
with this sexual negotiation and I'm talking about mine, but I start to detect that talking about this is triggering for her,
All right.
then I shouldn't explain my point of view anymore because it comes off as rapey.
No, I don't even care about rapey. It's more just like they're probably the one that's more adversely impacted.
Well, the mistake you're making is assuming that somehow your point of view makes it true. That just because you perceive something as a test, then it's automatically actually a test. And that does not follow. Just because you perceive something as something, it doesn't make it that thing. Because it's a ridiculous thing to claim.
By the interaction, because the risk or the investment for them is very high, and your investment is very low. So why push the interaction?
The conversation.
Yeah, why push it at all? Like for you, it's a matter of being kind of irritated
Okay.
that you're not getting laid, or maybe
Irritated.
that somebody doesn't trust you as much as you think they should. And for
Alright.
them, it's a matter of like, this is a thing I do because if I don't, I feel like I might get raped. Like the investment is very high, the risk is very high on one end, and on the other end, it's kind of like
deep
so like why push
saying-
the
Steven.
You're saying this translates to a psychological risk for even talking about it.
Well,
No, that's not
no,
what
but
he's
like
saying.
the
No,
particular.
that's
Because I
not
wasn't
what
trying
he's
to
saying.
fuck Stardust. I'm just trying to talk.
Like, Mr. Gar may be a genius, but he's having, like, he met his match with Steven. Steven is so complicated and deep that maybe Mr. Girl needs a translator. Maybe I should translate Steven to Mr. Girl. So what I think Steven is saying here that since at the end of the day, there's not much investment for Mr. Gar. Mr. Gar can just have or not have sex, but for Stardust, it's a big risk of possibly being assaulted. There we go. And also, it's about framing it as a test.
To her about how
Which
we
is
experience
ridiculous.
sexual negotiations. But you're saying if the way I'm talking about it is triggering to her, even if she won't say it, I should pull back from even having an
You should
intellectual
not
conversation
treat your
about it
perspective as
because
fact for one.
it's too insensitive.
That's your
If I
biggest
think over that
mistake.
particular topic, yeah, I would.
Like,
Or
it'd
if I
be like
wouldn't, I would
you're-
continue forward knowing that like this might turn into a huge shit show.
I mean, it did. So
Okay, so
you
like if
would
you're
correct
talking
in
about
that one.
experiencing racism, and a black person is like, yeah, the cops like beat me and arrested me and then like lied about it and planted drugs in my car and I went to jail for 3 years, and then you're like, I am white and I got called a Karen at the grocery store. You're saying it's just like at the point when the conversation is taking that turn, you're it's no longer appropriate for you to take up that much space with it if it's going to be triggering to the other person.
Yeah, depending on how the conversation is going, right? Like, let's say I'm having a conversation like, I don't think microaggressions
That's not
are
even
that big of a deal,
comparable.
or I don't think racism is that big of a deal against black people. I think it's overblown a lot. And then one guy is like, my dad was profiled and killed in front of me by a police officer when I was 8 years old. Okay. Now I might say, okay, well, statistically speaking, how many fucking like unarmed fathers are killed in front of children? You're like a 1 in 100 million. Your case is actually statistically irrelevant. I don't know why the fuck you would even bring that up. Anecdote, Andy. I could say that,
Right.
and I'd be logically
There
within
you
my
go.
right to say it. And even for the purposes of the conversation, it might be important to establish
That's what you said to the grandma on the abortion panel.
Sure.
Okay.
But in the heat of the
So-
moment, well, but I don't care about that, Grandma. You said you do care about your friendship with Stardust, right?
Yes. No. I'm not
Yeah.
saying you're a hypocrite.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing out that.
Sure.
I guess
I'm
reminds me
telling
of
you that I will go that far sometimes. If I feel like it's really important, I'll go that far.
Yes,
but
but
I know that like that might be the end of our friendship because that's just the position that I'm staking out, and I know this is going to be a big deal. Yeah. But I would go in it with that understanding basically, and I wouldn't be upset with the person. Like when I had that huge, I don't even know if I'm like emotionally at the same level of maturity
You're
that
not.
I was then. I hope I've gotten more mature. But like when
You
I had that, I had a
haven't.
very, very, very uncomfortable conversation with Trihex about the N-word. That was the most popular thing on all of Reddit, where he's like almost crying to
no.
me, telling me that it's like really fucked up that I feel this way about like language and blah blah blah. And I'm telling him basically like, well, tough shit. I mean, that's how I feel. That was a very awkward conversation to have. But having that conversation, I understand like, okay, well, I might be losing him as a friend forever if I do this. But like, that's where I'm taking this out. But I wouldn't be surprised if like our friendship ended here. Because I know that the
Steven,
investment
emotional
from them
maturity
as a
of
white
Steven.
person.
Altered.
Well, no, stop. I'm just saying that the investment for me as a white person is very low. Like
Of
at the
course,
end of the
I
day,
don't think that's the
who
problem
cares about the end
here.
when I'm white? I don't care.
And I don't
So,
think,
like, what do I
those
care?
examples
Did it
are
cost you your friendship with
comparable
him?
No, we're cool
to
now.
what's being discussed now.
Okay.
But that's the understanding that I had going into that circumstance.
Like, I don't even think that's what
And I think that you
the
should have that
Stardust
understanding. So
discussion
if you
was
do
all
care about a friendship, right, then it's good to understand that you need to pull back. Otherwise, you can't act surprised when the person is like, oh, I don't think I can handle this friendship anymore.
Like, I don't say this is like...
Well, she didn't say that. She just stopped talking to me.
Well, but that's obvious. That's what's going on.
Well, yeah, but let's see. Okay, do you concede that you're
No.
asking me to read her feelings in the conversation, set boundaries for her about what kind of conversation is appropriate or acceptable for her to have, and then read her feelings after the conversation? And even
I think
if
the bigger problem in that is that you're pushing your own interpretation of events as fact onto her. I think that's the real crux of the issue, that it goes beyond just a topic being appropriate or not. That's my read of it. But maybe I'm not as much of a genius like Steven or Mr. Girl here.
I ask her how she's feeling or if she wants to talk about it, she says, no, I'm fine. I don't want nothing. Everything's fine. What are you talking about? I'm totally fine. Things are totally cool. If I sense that things are not cool, I should still act as though she said, no, I'm really fucked up about this and I can't handle this.
Yep.
Like you're
It's
asking
really
me to do
cringe
it.
and it's really annoying. But yeah, I learned this when I was 30. People's words are just one part of the whole picture that they're selling you.
Yeah, totally.
And
Yeah,
sometimes
you
it
can
comes
tell.
to the point
I
where
agree.
you have to kind of just ignore what they're saying. Whatever they're saying, it doesn't
Oh.
matter.
I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah, when the geniuses understand each other. Great minds think alike. Indeed.
Oh,
indeed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. You're vibing. You're in the same wavelength now. Amazing.
I don't think I want that. I don't want to do that.
Well,
I definitely don't want to do it
then.
with Shaylin. We've established this, but I don't want to do it with friends.
Well, just don't do it. There you go. There you go then. Don't do it.
That's fair. That's only you
Does
can
this
make
feel
that.
gendered to you at all? Do you think you'd be saying the same thing? I know you're talking about Trihex in the same way. Do you think it's my job more because I'm a man to look out for her feelings?
I think that people have a lot of reasons for saying and doing the things that they say and do. And sometimes people feel like they need to lie to protect themselves. And when you can identify that somebody is in that state of mind, it's up to you to figure out how you want to proceed.
You know what my problem is?
What?
I think it's
With
really
everything you just said?
arrogant.
Yeah, go for it.
I think it's
Women
really arrogant to assume that what you are saying is the absolute truth and the other person must be lying to protect themselves. I think there's a level of arrogance behind assuming that, but maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not smart enough.
Lying to protect themselves sexually is the thing I'm complaining about.
Okay.
So I'm telling a story about something that women. She's like, "Oh, you made a video essay about this topic," and I'm like, "Yeah, the video essay was called How to Say No to Sex." And I'm saying, just say no. You got to be honest about that. You don't want to have sex. Say no. Don't argue. Don't make excuses. Don't lie. Don't change the subject. Just say you don't want to have sex.
Yeah.
And she was like, "I really like this video. I really want to talk about it." So the context is we're talking about how much this horrible thing has affected me. Like, yes, it affects women, and the risks are greater for them.
Oh,
I
yeah,
agree with
the
everything you're
STD
saying.
test
But my
is
video is really
really
about how it affects
ridiculous
me.
example.
How it's affected me to not be able to say no to sex and be put in like weird situations that I should not have been put in or
Alright.
allowed myself to be put in. And then B, how it feels to be trying to negotiate something with something so loaded with somebody who is lying to you.
Okay.
So I think given the context, for her to start doing it in the conversation, I'm like, the whole point of my video is I don't think men should mind read women.
Well, you assume that she's
To a certain-
lying. That's your problem.
To a certain extent, I don't think it should be assumed or
Not
relied on
everybody
that men are
likes
going to
and like
mind read
what
women and
House
say
makes you
no
believe.
for them. Women have to say no on their own. And then Stardust wants to say no to the conversation and then can't. And she won't say it. So I think that's why I was like, well, just like, are you really? You're not upset? Like, fine. And like with sex, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't have sex with somebody who is like, yeah, I want to have sex. It's fine. Go ahead. Like I agree with you there. But in terms for a conversation, between two professionals and friends, about the topic of how women need to say no, or people need to say no and set their own
Yeah, but
boundaries, I think I just
she said that she sometimes just says, I need time. And you said that it's absolutely a test. And then you just took your own interpretation, treated it as fact, and then posed it on her. And that's not really a good thing to do. That's my problem with this whole thing.
couldn't do it.
Sure, which is fair.
Or didn't.
And I think you have like every right at some point to say like, okay, well, this is fucking annoying to me. I don't want to like be involved in this.
I'm so excited that I'm clipping hair from my boobies.
Okay, but you're also saying it's not appropriate, or that I just shouldn't have.
Yeah,
I know
you
you're saying
should
it's a
not
conditional.
treat your
Like, well,
opinions
if you're
as
okay
fact and
with
impose them
things
on
falling apart, then you
someone
shouldn't do that.
else, you creepy bastard.
But I feel like there's a middle ground where like I really care about Stardust and I really valued our friendship,
Do you?
but I
Well,
also
but not
really,
more than this argument.
right.
There you go.
It's not the argument. It's that I can see. I need to hold my boundaries in order to not be embroiled in a friendship that doesn't work for me. Like if I set
well, this has nothing to do
now,
with like holding boundary. This had to do with this
True.
particular heated exchange.
Exactly.
No, it's gonna just keep happening.
You see, like I am interpreting this exchange of geniuses.
Well, yeah, but like there's a million ways to end a friendship over something like this that doesn't involve like an ultra heated exchange, right? You could slowly ghost her and not respond to her as much, and then that's like a non-confrontational way to do it. You could
Well,
just
that's what
message
she
her
did.
and say like, hey, like this is just like something that this is like I just don't feel as comfortable with this, right? There's a lot of ways you could think of ways, I'm sure, to end a relationship that aren't as dramatic as on a live
Well,
stream.
but it's not that I wanted to specifically end the relationship. It was like I want to be in the relationship, but I want to be in it in a certain way. And the way I need to be in it is, if you don't want to talk about something, you have to tell me. You can't ask me to do a stream with you and then signal to me that you actually can't handle it and then expect me to caretake you. I don't want to adopt. I'm not trying to adopt people.
Yeah, that's fine, but like I don't know if I argued with you about this or somebody else. Sometimes just saying something like that can be really manipulative.
True,
or
it
feel
can.
manipulative.
And it usually is.
Do you understand, or do you want me to elaborate? Or I don't mean that sounded kind of more condescending than I wanted to sound, but do you want me to
I
elaborate
understand,
on that?
but you can elaborate if you want. I get. Do you want me to? Do you want me to elaborate on it?
Whatever you want to do.
To show that I understand.
If you want to.
You're saying that on one hand I'm setting a boundary from my perspective, but from her perspective it sounds like I'm saying you better have this conversation with me, or you better learn to say no right now, or I'm going to abandon you.
Exactly. Yeah, so you perfectly understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And then, so on your end, your feeling is like, I'm having a conversation about how nice it would be if people could set strict boundaries. And this motherfucker is trying to avoid the conversation by not setting a strict boundary. You came to me praising me that I was giving you advice to do the very thing that you are now doing the antithesis of, and then getting upset at me for it. That's your perspective, which is fair, and I can understand why that's like, fuck, how fucking annoying, right? But then on the flip side, on the other person's side, they're like, I set certain boundaries to protect myself because I find that people push really hard. Now there's somebody that I am friends with and I respect, and now they're pushing me really hard in a conversation to acquiesce on something that I'm starting to feel uncomfortable about, and now I'm in the very position that I don't want to be in.
Yeah, it is uncomfortable when the second party treats their own opinion as fact and pushes that opinion on you forcefully. Yeah.
Really hard on me in a really intense way in a conversation about boundaries. And that's the feeling from their side. So, but I think that the risk for you is very low because it's just a conversation about friendships and boundaries or whatever. But the risk for them is these are behaviors associated with like sexual pressure, which is usually way more high stakes or way more high risk, which is I think the feeling that they have, Stardust in this case.
I think caving is low risk each time you do it. But having been in relationships like the one that I imagine would develop with Stardust, were I to do what you're suggesting, I feel like you can waste your whole fucking life reading people's feelings for them and taking care of them, and
Yeah, but you don't have to do
basically
it.
just parenting them.
Yeah, but like I said before, you don't have to. You could just say like, you can message them and be like, hey, listen, like, I'm sorry, but like we have way different expectations. There's like a million less dramatic ways to exit that relationship, right?
True.
Well, I wasn't
Or
trying
not
to exit
caring,
in the
like
first
Steven.
stream. I wasn't trying to exit the relationship.
No, but
at some
point in the second stream, you had made the determination that we can't be close friends anymore, right? But like once that determination is made, it's probably like, okay, you just back off, and then like later you have the conversation, because like they're super emotionally
Okay, so you think it was
compromised.
harsh for me to angrily tell her why I don't want to be her friend?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Well,
Because keep in mind, like, again, this is why I criticize you on the empathy thing. On her perspective, her boundaries were too loose, and then she got either raped or sexually assaulted, and now she's like, fuck. So she tightened her boundaries up a lot, and now she's being attacked on a live stream saying your boundaries are too tight, and this is why it frustrates me. So it's like, fuck me. Holy shit.
I didn't say that. I didn't say they were too tight, though. I just said I don't like it.
That's
I see. It's the same.
It's fucking. I mean, anybody who's ever dated somebody who's been raped or molested or
two
abused
geniuses.
knows that, like, you want to be supportive, but it's also pretty fucking annoying.
I don't want to be supportive to rape or abuse victims in personal relationships. I wouldn't date somebody that has that type of stuff going on that required constant support, because I wouldn't be able to support. I get burned out, and then it would be really negative. So you're not obligated to. You don't have to.
I'm not saying you're obligated. I'm saying
Steven,
even if you
care.
choose to date somebody who has those
Exactly.
kind of issues, you can
Be the
empathize with them,
Steven.
and at the same time be like, this is fucking terrible.
Just don't care about people.
I mean, it's like if you're
But you
dating
can also
someone who
say
gets
there are people that
cancer.
like I've been with who have been like, this is too much for me to handle. It's like, oh, okay, this isn't gonna work, and then you just kind of like leave. But
Yeah,
I wouldn't be
just
like,
leave, like Steven
you need to
does.
solve your depression right now, or I'm gonna stop talking to you because the burden is too high on me. Look at me, like
But I
that's
didn't
because
say
that's
that.
essentially- no, that well, kind of.
Okay. I asked her to talk about it on stream. The first conversation. She said she was fine. I DM'd her afterward. She said she was fine. Or she said she was upset, but she just like didn't respond and then didn't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I DM'd her again later. Then she DM'd me changing the subject to something else. And I was like, I feel like we should talk about this because this is weird. Then she came into the sex worker stream and like said something like passive aggressive to me on stream. Then we DM'd again. And then we like didn't talk for like a month. And then I think I just was like asking her to talk about this every like 2 or 4 weeks. And then finally she was like, okay, let's talk about it, but I want Chud to be there. So we agreed to that. It takes another month to actually do it.
All right.
And then by the time we do
What's your logic of all people?
I'm like, I feel like you ditched me. And she's like, stop whining.
I don't think she said stop
You're
whining. I think she said
did.
that she didn't feel
literally
like.
said, no, she literally said, stop whining.
It might have gotten to that point, but initially I think she was saying she didn't feel like she ditched you. She just kind of like was like had some
Yeah,
distance
stop
for a while, but she still
whining.
supported you publicly. She wasn't like an anti-friend or an anti-fan or like started to become a hater or anything.
Stop
But she felt
whining,
like she
Mr.
needed
Jara.
space.
Yeah, that's fine, but you can't take space by just not talking to me.
You can take space.
And
by just not
for us to
talking.
be
Of course
friends,
you could. For you to be friends, maybe not. But
for us
like-
to be friends.
Sure.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
Mhm.
So I don't think that's the same. I don't think that's the
You're
same.
such
Again,
a whiny little-
I get what you're saying. You're saying that my boundary
I'm saying
can
you're
feel
whining.
like if I'm saying I
If we-
can't be friends with somebody
too
who
much.
can't handle conflict in a relationship, you're saying that can come across as change your psychology right now or I'm leaving.
Or it's an
Yeah.
invitation for a big argument. Yeah.
You're whining too much.
There's like I think there's like 1-to-1 parallels we can draw in sexual situations, right? Like if I get to the point to where I'm on a second date with somebody, we're in bed, we're just kind of like hanging out, like sitting there, and I'm like, I really want to mess around, and she's like, I don't know if I'm comfortable yet, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't really think I can date you if you're not okay
Yeah,
with
yeah.
like fucking right now.
I agree. I agree that that's
And you can argue that like
mild
it's-
rape attempt.
Yeah, well, fuck. We don't even have to
What?
fuck the word rape. Who cares? We're both pro rapey. Okay, really? Do we really care?
What? What the
what I'm
hell?
Well, I
saying.
think it's worth labeling. Yeah.
Sure. Okay, rapey. Sure. But like the issue here is that like you can argue. Well,
Yeah,
all
you
I'm
say-
doing is asserting a boundary. I'm just saying that like you know, if she doesn't want to fuck me, I don't really want to.
Yeah, a lot of manipulation is also just asserting about. You can frame it that way.
And it
for
doesn't
sure.
have to be intentional, but like that's all I'm saying is that like when somebody is already like I'll say emotionally dysregulated,
And just because you see
and then
something
you're
is manipulation, it does not make it so, okay? This is what I mean. Just because you perceive something is manipulation, it does not mean that it automatically always is manipulation.
pushing on their boundaries heavily.
It can
and
be,
again, it's
but it
high
doesn't
risk
mean
for
that
them
it
and low
always
risk
is.
for you.
It's ridiculous to assert
bad,
that.
uncomfortable situation for them to be in. Like super uncomfortable.
I guess
I'd say.
it feels like you're telling me, you're coaching me to withdraw though, because I'm saying.
No, what I'm saying is there's more appropriate ways or times to re-engage.
And also,
So
it's
you could
not
call it withdrawal.
really
There's times when it's probably appropriate to withdraw a bit because
It's
you
not
can find a
always
more
appropriate to treat your own imagination as fact.
So at some point, I'm gonna have to be like, listen, you're like crossing a line for me. We're like, I can't really call you my friend if you're gonna treat me this way.
Yeah,
Well, then-
but you
And
do it
if-
when their
and if you-
emotional state is like not as intense, and they're not as in an intense moment, because that moment was very intense, and there's no reason for it to be, right? Like you don't that didn't have to happen. That conversation, that resolution, that didn't have to happen right there.
Mr. Good, the
It didn't need to be
emotionally
done at that point. It
stunted
could have been done
man
later. There would have been no difference other than like
goes
saving her
by
mental or
Steven
emotional
on
pain.
how to engage with people.
So what would I do to do it later? Just pretend that we're cool.
Just be like, oh, okay,
And
well,
yeah,
you know, yeah, we can chat about it, I guess, later. Like, it's fine. We can drop the topic now. And then later on message her and be like, hey, like, yeah.
And just break up with her.
Basically, yeah. Because what do you lose by doing that? Because we can obviously see the huge gains to her, like, emotional well-being. What do you lose doing that?
You know.
Other than maybe you have to fake being friendly with somebody for...
I don't see it's huge gains to her emotional well-being. I don't get the difference. I mean,
How
one,
not?
I'm just
Oh my
I'm
god.
just pretending that I feel like we're friends when I feel like
man.
she just.
You don't have to pretend to be
Wait,
friends.
hold on. You really, you don't see any huge gains to her emotional well-being if you quote-unquote break up later versus forcing the issue right there on stream.
Okay.
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 A friendship ending on stream is bad for you, and it's better if it ends in private.
Well, no, I'm not even talking about the context at all.
Oh
I'm
my god. I go, okay, maybe Mr. Girl's just not very smart. Maybe that's what's going on here. Okay, so I have to translate Steven once more to Mr. Girl, who will probably never see this, but what Steven is probably saying that when someone is super emotionally charged, then maybe it's not the best time to confront them with intense things. That you might want to wait for things to become a little bit less charged, for the person to be a little bit more calm, and then you approach them with the things, okay? This is probably what Steven is saying here. Thank you. I'm the translator.
I'm just saying to analyze the emotional states. That if somebody is like highly emotional, that's
Wow.
probably not the time to introduce that subject or try to resolve that
Mr.
topic.
Girl, the stunted man.
But that's what we were meeting to talk about.
Oh my god.
You weren't meeting to talk about ending the friendship.
Uh-oh. Stun locked. He was thinking mode.
I think we both were airing out some pretty huge grievances with each
Thank
other.
you.
Yeah,
we
that's
were
fine.
meeting to talk about.
But I don't think either of you were going into that with like, this might be the last time I ever talk to this person. I don't think that was on the table for either of you. That's my guess going into it.
I don't want it to be the last time I ever talk to. I didn't say I'll never talk to you again. I just said like definitionally, I don't think we're friends if you stop speaking to me for months when you get mad at me and you won't even tell me that you're mad at me. How can it wasn't like I was saying at this point I no longer want to be your
Talking
friend.
about emotions.
It was
when
more like
two
me saying
geniuses
we're already not
engage in
friends.
talking about emotions.
Yeah, I understand, but I don't.
So
but obviously,
touching,
she
so
didn't know that it was
touching.
going to be that intense, right?
Intense. We will need to go through that conversation
This is. I
between
think this is unarguable. You don't have to give this,
Stardust
right?
and
I don't think she
Mr.
knew because
Girl.
if she did know
It
that, then why
happens
was the
epic
emotional reaction
moments.
so extreme? Or I would.
Yes,
Yeah.
no, she didn't. She did not understand that
Mhm.
I felt that way.
Yeah, that it was this extreme.
I see. Extreme moments.
Well, I don't know.
He gets
because
stuck
she
a lot.
already knew that we weren't speaking. Essentially, we weren't really
Okay.
speaking.
Yeah, but a lot of people.
For
You said it
months.
yourself. A lot of people.
No, but
So-
she knew we weren't speaking for months in the face of an obvious big conflict that was happening that we weren't talking about. She knew that.
Okay, I disagree with you, but let's say that I grant this and then I move on to the next question. Then why was she so emotional? If she already knew this was like likely the direction things were heading.
I'm saying they didn't change. I don't think much changed in the conversation, except she was informed that this doesn't meet my definition of friendship.
Yeah, but that could be a big change, right? Like
think the
maybe
thing
I
that- I
decide in
think
my
the
head
thing
right
I
now.
said
Maybe,
that-
well, maybe I decide in my head right now that like I don't like traveling and I don't like travelers, and that's the thing that I feel right now. And I go to have a serious conversation with Melina, and then through like halfway through the conversation, she realizes, wait, I think he's about to break up with me. And then she's like, "Are you breaking up with me?" And I'm like, "Yeah, like probably if this is
But
a
that's
thing, right?"
but-
Now she's gonna become
but that's,
like
wait, that's
emotional.
different. I don't think that's a good comparison because in mine, I'm saying you. It would be like if Melina just like disappeared and then stopped speaking to you entirely. You had no idea where she was, and then
Okay.
she comes back 6 months later and she's like, I think we should talk about our marriage. I wanna talk about my feelings about why I did that. And then you're like, well, what marriage? Like I don't think of you as my wife anymore. Like you disappeared for I haven't heard from you or seen you in 6 months. And then she's like, oh my God, you're divorcing me? It's like, no, I'm not saying I'm saying that you left. You left the
Yeah,
friendship.
but the
I'm
difference
just
is that
telling-
like
I'm
the
just-
expectation there is that like if you're a wife or some shit and you leave your partner for that long, of course it's gonna be. But friendship, there's probably like
Well,
slightly
that-
different expectations. Because you
They're
yourself said in that
different, but I'm-
conversation, you're like
wait,
some.
but
Go ahead.
my
Go
point is
ahead,
that we
go
have different
ahead.
expectations. That Stardust thinks you can, if you're uncomfortable with somebody and they're your friend, you can just stop speaking to them for 3 months, essentially, and you'll still be friends.
mean-
Okay.
And I don't think that. To me, that's like, no, we're not friend. We can still be friendly, but like the amount of trust and closeness that I
Stop
would call
whining,
friendship,
Mr.
I
Girl.
can't have with you.
Yeah,
at
we're not
that
arguing
point.
about any
And-
of
but
this.
we already
none of this is relevant.
we already don't have it.
None of this is
Relevant.
relevant. I'm just saying that
One
regardless of
genius
how you're
fighting the
justifying it
other.
now, it's obvious that she didn't think that going in. Or if she
True.
did, you need to explain to me why she was so emotional. Why was she so upset about it if she knew that this would like be a potential outcome going into it? Because I don't understand that then. I don't know why she would be so upset. Especially if she thought, if you thought the friendship was already over and you thought she thought the friendship was already over, right? It seems clear to me that she
Right.
didn't think that.
She's upset to find out that I define where we're at as not being friends. I think she's upset to find out that I'm saying in order to
What?
be friends with me, you have to do something that you are not comfortable with doing and don't either
Yeah,
don't want
but
to
it's
or
you're
don't
saying
know-
you're
don't know
restating
how
the
to
same
do.
thing. She didn't know the friendship was on the line at that point.
There you go.
And now that it is, it makes the conversation a lot more emotionally
Not
intense.
as smart as you thought you were now, huh? Stan, look.
Yes, but it's not like
Stuck.
I changed anything.
You've
Well,
changed
what
things.
happened was
it's
you
not-
revealed an internal state of mind that she didn't know about. You didn't have to change anything. You just revealed something.
Yes, but it also doesn't like
I guess we'll listen to
you know,
the end
if
of
you
this.
break up with somebody,
And
you're
then
like,
I'll
we
go
have
eat
to stop
dinner.
doing what we've been doing.
Mhm.
You know, our things you have to move out. We can't see each other. We can't have sex anymore. But with Stardust, I was saying like, we're already broken up. We're already not friends.
Yeah,
this
but
is
she
what
might.
not
But
friends do.
it's
But
different.
she
She might not
didn't
feel that
know.
way.
Yeah.
Right? Maybe for you,
I
that's
know,
not what friends
I know,
do.
but I know, but I'm saying you're making it sound like I
You're
ended
trapped.
a relationship, and I'm saying
But you
I
did.
just told her. I don't agree.
Okay, well, you're wrong.
I agree that is a framing of it, but I'm
Uh-oh.
saying that's not from my perspective.
Yeah, but there's two perspectives. Okay, I've got a friend.
Yes.
I've got a
Yes,
friend. Wait,
There
real
you
quick. I have a friend,
go.
Kyle. Okay.
It happened again in real time. So I will repeat it again. Just because something is your perspective, it does not make it objective truth, okay? He did the same thing as he did to start with the whole test thing. You know? Just because one person thinks in his mind that something is the case, it does not mean that it is objectively the case. There you go. That is your biggest problem, Mr. Girl.
Okay, real life friend of mine. I don't think we've spoken in like 3 or 4 years. It's been a long time. But we like grew up together. He's been on stream a lot. Like we just haven't talked in a long time. Now
Alright.
I would hope maybe if I message him that he'd be like, holy shit, we haven't talked forever. Like let's chill, whatever. But if he were to
Yeah.
message me tomorrow and he'd be like, hey, we haven't spoken in like 2 or 3 years. Like don't ever talk to me again. Like I'm not gonna do that. This is not my idea of a friendship. If he sent me that, I'd be a little bit like upset. I'd be like, oh shit. Well, I'm sorry. I didn't even know that. My bad.
Yeah.
Now he could say, well, it's always been like that in my mind. It's like, okay, sure, but I didn't know that. Damn, I thought we had like a different
you can
understanding of
just
things.
live
And
by
Yeah,
what
she might have
Billy
been
said
in
I
your
don't.
mind.
Billy said I don't think of you as my friend anymore.
Yeah, I'd be like,
Like
oh,
it's
well,
like a communication, right? You can just treat whatever's in your mind as fact and not care about anyone else or anything else.
fuck.
That's ridiculous. It's really silly.
And then he'd be within his right to say that. And maybe after year 1 or 2, he'd be like, fuck this guy. I'm done. And that's his right to say that. But I'd still be a little upset. I'd be like, oh shit, I didn't even know that. I didn't know that was how you viewed it. But
Yeah, I guess. Although, that's a hypothetical. The real Stephen would just say, yeah, whatever, I don't care.
I don't think that's a good
I'm so
analogy.
mean.
Because you're leaving out the part where I fought for our friendship and where I told her what I needed. I mean, you can
Okay.
call it a manipulation or a threat, but I think it would be more like if Kyle DM'd you and was like, what the fuck?
What?
Like, I
well, but did you ever
reached out
DM her
to you a
before
few-
that conversation and say, if you don't reach out to me more, if we don't contact each other more, this friendship is over?
It's over.
No.
Forever.
So then how would she have known that?
I don't know, but can I finish my analogy?
I don't know.
It'd be like
I
if Kyle
don't know.
DM'd you and said, dude, or called you and was like, dude, what the fuck? We're like, this is not how friends treat each other.
Alright.
Where have you been?
Sure.
I've.
But did you ever say that to
don't
Stardust?
care.
No.
Yeah, I did. I said you ditched me. What the?
You ditched me
fuck?
after, but
What-
you never
what?
DM'd her and said like, hey, we haven't talked as much. Like, what's going on?
I said it on stream. I
Yeah, but
said
by
you
then it
ditched
was
me.
already like
Oh my
too late,
God.
right? Things were already fucked at that point. Like, is there anything she could have said to like
You
save the
stunted
friendship at that point?
man.
Yeah.
What? Groveled?
Uh-oh.
Fuck you.
Me?
No. Yes.
Oh.
No.
Uh-oh.
I'm not groveled. No. If-
Oh.
if-
Well, because it sounds like she would have
if
needed to
she-
be like, oh my god, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't know this was you. I won't do this again.
No, I don't want her to apologize. No, I didn't want her to apologize.
Oh.
I hate apologies.
Gotcha. Based.
What could
But
Stardust have said to save our friendship?
Geniuses have hate
Um,
apologies, I guess. Oh, so smart, and so deep. Deep lore. Amazing.
For a lot of my life, I've thought that people can. I have a different idea of friendship from you. I think if you're
Okay.
uncomfortable in a friendship, you can just leave and internally shut people out. I understand I did that. I understand I concealed my feelings from you, and I understand how this affected you. I understand that you got banned and you needed a friend and I wasn't there for you. I understand what you're saying. I want the friendship that you're describing.
Well, but she doesn't. She
And I-
apparently has a totally different style of managing friendships, right? And that wasn't acceptable.
Wait, I'm not. You're asking me what she could have said to save our friendship,
Okay.
right?
Well, but this isn't
Right.
about what she could have said. This is she would have needed to have a genuinely different opinion on friendships, right?
Okay.
Yeah, we're not friends not because she said the wrong thing, but because we actually don't have compatible ideas about what friendship even is.
Yeah, okay. But then all I'm saying
But
is
I
that-
did, but I didn't know that going into the conversation. I had no idea
Okay.
that she was just going to be
Is
like
that my
hostile and
fault?
dismissive of me
You're
if I said
whining
like
now.
you ditched me, and like I'm heartbroken.
They do
Yeah,
with the
she probably
I had
didn't
no
know
idea
that.
that her response was going to be like, "Go fuck yourself,
The
stop
whiny
whining."
genius.
she probably didn't know that either. That the difference was that big.
Yeah. But that's her fault.
Right, but you're putting it on me to have known that,
Yeah, when you should
or
have
to
put it on
conceal
her.
my
Exactly.
emotions about it in the conversation. Again, it feels like you're saying Stardust is. It's okay for Stardust to get really emotional, lash out, call me a whiner for being hurt, and
You
call me an
whiner.
asshole and tell me that I'm like an
Asshole.
insensitive person.
True.
That's all fine, but it's not fine for me to be like, well, I'm coming to you vulnerable and hurt, And like, if you're telling me to stop whining, then I don't see how we can be friends. I don't see how I can trust you after this.
Yeah, the reason why I'm putting it on you was going back to the one thing before, because I think the stakes for the conversation are way higher for her. That's why I put it on you.
Why?
Because of the subject matter at hand. That like the conversations are revolving around boundaries that she feels like she's kind of needed to create because of things related to like sexual assault and stuff.
I see.
And the boundaries that, and then you're pushing on those boundaries because you're a little bit upset about how like the friendship is turning out.
But do you see how you're just making it the default that I have to take care of her because she's a woman?
You don't have to take care of her. You just have to disengage. And it doesn't have to do with being a woman. It has to do with like who's got like whose boundaries are like more protective here.
Wait.
Or who's more.
No, it is taking care of her. You want me to disengage and tell her in private for her sake.
Yeah, but it's not taking care of the woman. Right? I mean, in this case, she is a woman. Or I think she is.
Well, you want me to do that because she's a woman?
No, I want you to do that because she's the one that has the riskier boundary. She's the one that's like in a more
as
vulnerable.
a woman.
It does. You guys could be gender reversed and it would be the same thing. But I don't know. The woman thing has nothing to do with it.
Wait, doesn't she have a riskier boundary because she's a woman? I don't understand.
No, because she's talking about these boundaries that she's created because of like sexual engagements where she's being pursued.
Right.
And you're talking about boundaries that you've created because of sexual engagements where you're the pursuer. There's inherently like a different kind of dynamic at play, right? Like your boundaries are just like whatever keeps you happy and horny, and her boundaries are whatever keeps her from not getting raped. So
no, I don't think so. I think it's not just about that. It's about keeping myself out of this exact type of situation, which is traumatic for me.
If I want deep discourse about boundaries, consent, etc., I will go to these two experts because I can like see how deep this conversation goes on an intellectual, spiritual, and emotional level.
My fucking marriage.
Amazing.
Chasing my wife was such a big part of my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
Chasing her emotionally, pursuing her. It's not about just being happy and horny. It's a deep. I mean, you saw how upset I was. It's not. I like it.
And then you sort of make it up by abusing her. There you go. It goes full circle. First you pursue, and then you abuse. There you go.
It just feels like you think her feelings are like more real than mine.
I think that it's a lot easier for you to step away in that moment than it is for her. I think she's the one that's being harmed more by the interaction.
Uh-oh.
Because she doesn't know what she's feeling.
Well,
or what to do with those feelings.
It seems like she's feeling upset and she knows that.
Yeah, she knows what she's feeling.
You could probably tell.
I just don't. Why is she being harmed more than I am?
Because she's having like I think reasonably like a much more emotional response to the conversation at hand.
Because you're calling her a liar. Because you're basically saying that she's testing people, okay? When she just needs her space. Like not just because you perceive it as a test, that does not mean that it is one. You freaky creepo.
I think my emotional response was about the same.
No.
Okay, she's having a more warranted emotional response.
Oh my gosh.
Because I think the subject matter for her is going to be boundaries that put her more at risk than the ones for you that just keep you from like unhealthy relationships, I guess, or unhealthy friendships.
Okay, so you believe me that it's the most upsetting stream I've ever done?
I guess so, yeah.
Okay, and you believe me I was extremely upset, but you're saying it wasn't warranted.
True.
As much as her being upset, and because my feelings weren't as warranted, I should have moved to protect her.
What?
Sure.
More.
I guess if you choose to interpret it that way, but it's a strange way to interpret it. You get stuck a lot.
Do you feel like it would have been impossible for you to disengage from that point?
It would have been undesirable for me.
Sure, but do you think it would have been traumatic for you to disengage at that point?
It was already traumatic.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it would have made it worse. Yeah, because it's just another
understand trauma because he's
woman,
too cool for it.
I mean, it happens with men too sometimes,
care.
but specifically a woman who is telling me that they're going to abandon me
This is
if
our
I
pause
don't
moment.
put their feelings ahead of mine, mind read them.
Well, the abandonment was
then-
already going to happen, right? Somebody's.
Okay, we're gonna pause here. So thank you for this stream. We've been streaming for like how many hours? 1 billion hours. We've been streaming for 4 hours. I think this test is a success, and I'm gonna come back to you all later. I'm gonna ask you how you felt this went, and then nice thank you. I'm gonna ask in the Giggle Cord how you all felt. I'm gonna try to gauge how you all felt about how this one went, and we're gonna maybe do some more in the future. Thank you, and bye bye, because I don't really think you can rate anyone on YouTube. So thank you. See you next time. Bye bye. Boom. I'm ending stream.